Got a monster inside of me. You better watch out if you ignite me. A road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling this war. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to TDT and Russells FPL Show. First of all, let's start with the expert himself. Russell, how are you doing?
I thought you were going to say Lee then.
Well, not least of it, man. You're just
I'm good. I'm genuinely excited about this one because me and you, none of it, I don't know if Lee knows, but we don't know we only know the ones that we went through yesterday and a few today, but I know no other prices of anything. So this is going to be quite good because hopefully between the comments and us guys, it should be quite interesting because we're going to figure out all the prices. So yeah, it's good. I'm excited. It's going to be good. Fantasy football's kind of restarted. It's relaunched. This is what we wanted. So
it's that Lee, man, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Are you going to tell everybody how we should improve as thumbnail?
What I mean about
we need to get rid of this picture on this side. Well, that side.
Yeah.
Them two. We need to get rid of them two. Keep this one. How do I do it? I'm trying to figure out. I always get confused. There. No. That one. Keep that one. Get rid of that one. That's what we need to do. Lee doesn't have to say much. He's a cup winner. Lee, where's your cup? Where's your cup?
I don't know.
Get it on
He's
the
still
show.
boxed up for you. He's getting his bedroom decorated, isn't he? Bless him. He's getting his bedroom all decorated, and then he's going to have it. He's going to look better than that picture you've got on your wall.
What the Leeds thing, mate? God, you can't say that. I thought you were Leeds, Stu.
I am Leeds. I am, but at the
what
moment,
do you mean it's better than that? Nothing's better than that. Yeah. But yeah, I am looking forward to fantasy football. Got all my exercises and training done. Got my latte because I'm feeling a bit tired. But yeah, let's. I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm really looking forward to actually kind of out of the stream going through all my teams. So I didn't even try to put a team together yet. You know what I'm saying?
Never have I.
And you were a bit confused to whether we can do it without putting a league, but we can try now. You can literally just get a team together, put it in, and see if it works. And then
but I think there's an auto pick, so I'll click on that if we need to. But let's go through comments. As always, Mr. Hervinder's in. Fantasy brings let's go. How are you all doing?
Where did you get that comment from? There's no one on the screen on my side.
Yeah, no manager either.
Oh, where did you get that from? I'm not reading any comments. My screen's blank.
Can you see that one?
No, because look, I'll show you. Look, I look at the iPad. See that? Blank.
I've got loads of comments on mine.
No, I can't see any. That's weird.
I can't see them on either.
Well, let me check you out and bring you back in. Can you see them now?
No. Nope. I mean, you'll just have. I mean, it's annoying because I like to respond to them and read them beforehand, but you're going to have to. I was looking at it going, oh, we haven't got any comments yet, but yeah, you're obviously seeing stuff. Me and Lee Colm. Doesn't matter. You'll just have to read them out.
Well, Lavinder says fantasy brings let's go. Is that how we're all doing?
Good,
he's excited as well for the FPL to start. I found out today after work that it has been launched.
Yeah.
Eyes on Russell and his competitive one.
Well, I'm looking forward to. I mean, was Evinder in our league last? He was, weren't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be good because I don't know if it was Evinder's first season last season, but I'm looking. Oh, wait there. I can see Inky's comment. That's weird. I couldn't see Evinder's, but I can see Inky's. That's strange.
I can see Inky as well.
Oh, that is weird. A few gremlins in the thingy. We're going to be relying on you, Stu. So, where do you want to start? I've got the laptop in front of me, so I can see all the prices. But I don't know if you want to start with setting up the league, We can have a look at some of the players. The world is our oyster tonight.
It is. It really is. Avinder's just saying, about how you're expert and that is going to beat you. I am welcome Kieran. I am welcoming Kieran to our league, Stu, and welcome him in. Yep. Totally. All teams. FPL party started. Me and Russell expert battle being as a 2 experts and showdowns for the title and chasing for the trophy, up for the challenge and competitive as well. We'll expect the horse runs. Bring it on.
Oh, it's like the Grand National.
Yeah. I think Kieran will be excellent at FPL in that. That's my opinion. And then he's give a load of symbols and emojis. Inky, mate, hope you're doing well. I can't see evening, or I can't see any comments. Well, I thought it's weird, isn't it? I don't know what's happened there.
Wait now. I've got a theory here. Is Inky Havinder the only 2 people that have commented?
Yeah.
Well, the only comments I can't see are Havinder's. So I don't know if it's something to do with Havinder's thing. But I can see Inky's. So it'd be interesting to see if other people comment. I can see those. It might just be Havinder. Maybe that's why.
Havinder,
it is Havinder because Liam just said hi. I can see Liam. But Havinder, I can't see any of your comments.
The last comment by Havinder were 10 to 6 tonight.
Oh, maybe maybe that's why then, because they're pre-video. Right, got you. Maybe that's why. How you doing, Liam? So, where do you want to begin, Stu?
Right, well, let's share screen, and you can tell me where you want to start, Russell. Here we go. So this is what I've got so far. Squad selection, all players price, squad thing, but there's nowhere where it says join a league, create a league like it normally does.
Yeah, so what you can do, just press auto pick. Some interesting thoughts on the Bluebird between us, Russell. Bluebird.
So that's me auto pick.
Yeah, now just enter it. Before you enter it, let's have a quick look at your auto pick. What did it give you? Of interest.
Edison and Allison, Virgil Cancelo, Chilwell White, Ruben Neves, Sancho Slabica, Richarlison, Havertz, Maddison, Wilson, Jesus, and Watkins.
and it still gave you 0.5 million in the bank. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, week 1 deadline is Friday the 11th of August at 6:30.
Well, it's interesting. I just pressed auto pick as well. It did exactly the same thing as you. So enter squad, choose a club. Well, I'm not choosing any of them because it's I don't want to choose a club because I ain't got my favourite club is in there. What shall I call the team? So you got to name your team. So I'm not going to call it Harrison 94th minute. What can I call that?
Well, I've just called mine TDT.
What can I call? Or are we all going to pick our starter team now? No, well, what we're going to do, we haven't even seen all the prices right now. So what we're going to do is have a play around with the leagues and have a look at some of the prices. But you got ages to pick your actual team. But like I said, I don't want to show my drafts, shall I say. I'll keep mine to myself.
Right, so I've done that. Leagues and cups, there we go. Now we can do it. We can create its own league now.
Right there.
Are we going to pick our starter team now? I've just picked a team so we can create a league, Liam. All prices are okay, dokie. I have a few ideas on my draft squad myself. So do you want me to create a league, Russell?
Unless you can go to renew your leagues. I think you can then renew your... there you go, renew it. There you go, just renews it. And then you can get people to join as you go.
Right, so I've renewed my league. So now I need to find out how to send a fin, don't I? Options, administrator. This is login code. I'm gonna
There you
copy
go.
the login code into the.
Havinder, I
into
can
the...
now see you. Havinder's in the comments. It's the reason I couldn't read his comments because he wasn't live in the comments. But hello, Havinder. So what's interesting, Stu, is I have already joined your league. I'm in it. We've got Harmonie, me, and you. So if you want to write in the comments, mate, and then later on we'll start pushing this. Yeah, you go. We can get people to start joining from now. So I don't know if you can create a banner for our future videos, because you have to remember, guys, this is the first video we're going to do. But take my advice, you are in for about another 6 or 7 videos in a row now. This is the starting pistol for the video. We're going to do goalkeepers tomorrow. We're going to do defenders, midfielders, attackers, and then we've got other ideas of other titles we're going to be looking at. So, Stu, get hammering that code out. We're now in it.
Yep, there you go. So that's the code on the screen. All small case letters. UZWSIB. That's the link to the disabled team league. You can also join another. Is it 19 leagues on as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can join a maximum of 20 different leagues.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I've got 5 leagues here right now. But what I do is there's a couple of other leagues that I'm going to join with my money leagues. But then what I do is I just join loads of national leagues, and then I do like head-to-heads, public. You can do public head-to-head leagues, invitational head-to-head leagues. So you've got loads of different leagues you can kind of join. So it's dead easy. But I'm going to keep all my spaces free for the ones I'm going to join once the codes start coming out, because what you're going to find is loads of people are going to be advertising fantasy football to try and get you to join their leagues and stuff like that. So I'm going to keep mine free for now. As long as I'm in your league and a couple of others, I'm happy. Doesn't it feel good, though, guys, to be starting to have a look around the game? What do you think, Stu Lee?
It does. It does.
You can actually get onto it and then start having to play around. So there you go. That's the league, mate. And this time, the league is going to be done properly. We're not going to be letting people join halfway through it. We've got to get everyone in it before it starts.
Totally
Does that sound good, Stu?
Totally agree.
Oh, you got a private league? What's the private league?
Well, that was supposed to be for the YouTube community. You know, last season when we were going to do it just for the YouTube community, but don't worry about that. That don't exist. They were only me in it and Harmonie in it, but Harmonie didn't bother with that league. So
wait,
Liam's
just put a question up, which I'm intrigued by. Edison has already over 15. Why would Edison have over 15? He's 5.5 million. Why would he have a 15? Why would he be that highly picked? I'll tell you what. Let's get on to the interesting stuff. Let's have a look at some prices of players. Let's have a browse around, Stu, shall we?
Yep, no worries at all, mate. No worries at all.
Let's have a look. And if anyone's got any kind of
transfers.
Let's see what we got. I'm intrigued.
I'm going to make it bigger as well so everyone can see it. So player list, here we go. Right, so what we'll do is we'll go sorted by price from highest to lowest. So, right, here we go. So in the defense, right, I don't know what's happened here. Right. Where's the goalkeeper section? Goalkeepers. Let's have a quick look at goalkeepers while we're on. Right, these are your goalkeeper prices. Russell.
Okay.
Alisson 5.5. Edison 5.5. Nick Pope 5.5. So they're all your 5.5s. In your 5 million range, you've got Ramsdale, Martinez, Raya, Kepa, Lloris.
Well, Kepa's gone up. Well, okay, he's 5 million. Laurie, why is Lloris still there? I thought he's leaving Spurs, isn't he?
I think so, yeah. He hasn't left yet, though, has he?
And who's that?
That's the new keeper who Tottenham have got, Vicario.
Why is he at 5 million? That's really hard. I thought he wouldn't have been that priced. Maybe. I bet what they're thinking is they know Lloris is leaving. They've priced him as a starting keeper.
Yeah.
That's a bit frustrating, to be honest with you.
My league, me as the host, Lee, Stu, and Harmonie and Russell.
Just those lot.
Jose Sars, 5 million.
Okay.
Neto, Flicken, who's the Brentford's new keeper, isn't he?
Okay, yeah.
4.5 million. Along with Sanchez, who's Brighton's keeper.
Okay.
Steele, who took over Sanchez's role, is also 4.5 million. So both Brighton keepers are 4.5 million.
Okay.
Well, they've actually got 3 keepers. Verbruggen is also 4.5
Oh God, yeah,
million.
yeah. I mean, you could really say Sanchez probably won't. I don't know if he's going to be there, is he? So it's going to be between Steele and that for Bruggen. So even though Steele was kind of like a shoe-in last season, is this new signing going to be? I think he cost quite a bit of money. I think it's about 16 million, wasn't he? So he could be potentially. Brighton could be a bit of a banana skin to figure out who's their main keeper next season. Just to pre-warn you, looking at that straight away.
Muric, Burnley's keeper, 4.5 mil.
Okay.
Like Guetta for Crystal Palace, 4.5 mil.
Yeah.
Johnston, Crystal Palace, 4.5 mil.
Oh, Harmonie's here. Hello, Harmonie.
Hello, my lovely. How am I already in the league? I think it's because we regenerated it, Harmonie, and you were already in it. So I'm hoping that other people are going to be in it who were already in it. We'll have to go through that, though, because I do want to take the ones out who stopped playing.
Yeah, I think, Stu, you actually got me thinking. I think once you enter a team, you might automatically enroll into the leagues. You see what I'm saying? So it's automatic. So, like you said, if the people who didn't play last season, they probably won't get enrolled into the league because, in theory, they probably won't be playing fantasy football. You see what I'm saying? So you might not even have to take them out because if they don't enter a team, they won't even come into your league. So yeah. I'm just hoping you kept the notes because you wrote down during streams who wasn't interacting or playing. Oh, actually, you might be able to look at the leagues. I don't know if you can look at the leagues from last season. But like I say, hopefully you remember who wasn't playing and who was. So
yeah. Harmonie says, that is mad. Is it because I'm loved? Harmonie loved. You're loved by everybody.
Apart from me.
Loved by everybody, apart from Russell. But Russell's just a TIT. No, but saying on a serious note, I don't know if you've been hearing Harmonie, but me and Lee were looking at his thumbnails tonight, and I said to Lee, how can we improve our thumbnails, Lee? And what did you say, Lee? Tell everybody what you said.
Make Russell bigger on the thumbnail.
I can't remember what I said.
What did you say about taking? Who you wanted to take out?
Russell.
There's a lot of love in this room tonight. I'm loving it. There's a lot of love in it. Right, back to the goalkeepers.
Hi, Harmonie. I hope me. Yep. Got a starter squad sorted. No Haaland. Spent the full 100 million. I may stick with it too.
Ooh,
wow.
Okay. I mean, like I did say to that in the other stream, there is an argument that if you don't have Haaland or Alexander-Arnold, you could probably flesh out a very strong squad like a really strong squad and it looked really good on paper. But do you dare go against Alexander-Arnold and Haaland? It's very dangerous. But
Go on, Russell.
No, you go. You were going to say something.
You forgot what we're going to say.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is risky. I mean, but I do generally think that if you did go, I mean, it's very it's dangerous to go against Holland. But I mean, you could, looking at the prices for what I've seen, that could give you a lot of spending power. Hell of a lot of spending power elsewhere. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised someone like Harmonie's kind of gone for that. And also, I will be intrigued if Harmonie has decided to go against. Is she going to pick Man United players, Harmonie? Are you going to pick Chelsea players? Or do you still have this thing where you're not picking players from certain clubs? Because that will harm you. That will harm Harmonie.
Well, that's what we're going to say. It's come back to me. I watched a thing. It was like a podcast from the actual official fantasy. What they have, you know, when they go, if you go further down, they have like snippets of the podcast. And this woman, and she said, last season you had like 3 premium players in your squad. She said that she thinks that you might be the people who have been playing it a long time might only end up having only 2 premium players in the squad.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like I said, I haven't had time to play around and put a team together. I've literally just done what you did, Stu, at the start of this. Also done my club because it doesn't matter because you can change your team as much as you want. I just thought I picked it so I could get into your league, but I've just noticed Burnley's. Look at Burnley's crest on the fixtures. It looks weird. Have you noticed that? So just as I'm talking, it's Burnley's crest. It looks strange, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've changed it.
I can't remember what I was saying. I'm doing what you're doing. I can't remember what I was saying because I was looking at that Burnley crest. And it looks weird. I was like, what's going on with that Burnley crest? It looks strange. Have you seen how it looks?
Let's see if I can get a picture of the shirt. Let me have a look.
The Burnley crest looks. The Burnley crest looks really weird.
What's it doing that?
Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'll show them later. But yeah, how far did we get to? We got down to Pickford. No, Johnston.
Leno, Pickford, yeah. Johnston, Goretzka.
So Pickford, 4.5 mil. Is that good value, Russell?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, Leno and Pickford are quite nice. Don't know much about the Sheffield United keeper. Henderson could be moving to Forest, so he could be a 4.5 starting keeper. Hofarth, I don't know much about. I'm surprised he's 4.5. Fotheringham, Sheffield United, Fabianski. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Yeah, I've done that, Liam. Basically, I won my big money in this other league, and it's to annoy another guy who's really triggered by me winning that league. So hopefully that name will really wind him up. See, this is where I'm really interested now. Are we going to see any £4 million keepers like we did last season? You know, you had Leicester, you had 2 £4 million keepers. Because this could be the season where we're looking to find a lot of bargains to give us more money to go into our main team. So the question is, when we start looking into the 4 million keepers, is there any £4 million starting keepers?
Well, let's have a look.
Is there anyone that stands out?
So, £4 million keepers. Bournemouth Treviers, Brentford Balogun, Brentford Cox, Brentford. No, don't look like it, does it? Peacock Farrell.
it's going to be interesting. Pre-season could be very interesting, where there could be a couple of these £4 million keepers that could all of a sudden start playing a lot in pre-season, and you might find that there could be a bargain out there for 4 million. So keep an eye on the keepers for 4 million, because there might be a few in there that we might because I think the season, if there's going to be a season where you're going to want to save money because you're going to need to bring in your big guns in your first 11 and you're looking for bargains, this is the season with the price and how it looks so far. So, yeah, okay, we'll go deeper into defenders.
I'm trying to find West Ham's keeper.
It's
not
Fabianski.
but no, I don't think he's going to be number one keeper next season. I think it's going to be Areola. And I'm trying to find him, and I can't find him.
Well, let me there. I'll find it. Areola
there
is 4 million.
There you go, 4 million. 4 million. Areola. He's going to be there. He's going to be their number one keeper.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I've heard he's going to be number one keeper. So there's a keeper who's going to be starting for Premier League games. £4 million.
Okay, you heard it here first. Maybe. Oh wait, there. Harmonie's put Verbruggen 4.5 million. Will be a bargain. Yeah, we was talking about that earlier, Harmonie. Brighton have 3 keepers at 4.5 million. Just click onto the Brighton team, Stu. Just because that's interesting. Because we can't go too much onto keepers because we're going to do a video about keepers tomorrow. But so we'll go on to defenders because I don't want to talk too much because we can talk about keepers tomorrow.
So we'll go to transfers and I'll go to Brighton.
Yeah, let's just show Harmonie that, because Brighton right now, they're the ones that have stood out to me with keepers, because who's going to be their main keeper? And they're all 4.5 million.
You've
Actually,
got
5.
1, 2, 3, 5.
Yeah, but okay, get rid of McGill and Sherv. They're not going to be in it. It's going to be Sanchez, Steele. You got Sanchez, Steele, and Verbruggen, or whatever his name, Verbruggen.
Yeah. And they're all 4.5.
So to me, I think it's between Steele and Verbruggen.
Yeah, because Steele replaced Sanchez, didn't he?
Yeah, but will Verbruggen, Verbruggen, Steele. Yeah. I think Sanchez will be sold as well. Okay, Stu. Now I'm not shying away from talking about keepers, but keepers is going to be our topic tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll delve into keepers more. Let's have today's more about getting the league up and running, getting you guys into the league, and just having a quick general look at the pricing. One thing I want to quickly check to see if anyone's actually joined your league quickly. Oh, we've got 2 more in. We've got Havinder and Liam already, so we're up to 5.
So 1 premium keeper and the 11 I told you about, Stu. 2 premium and 2 very decent defenders, 1 newbie, 1 premium, and 3 very decent midfielders and 1 fairly good. 2 decent strikers and 1 okay. No City or London Blue team. So she's gone for Stu, Man City or Chelsea players.
She's not going to pick Man City or Chelsea?
No.
Harmonie, I think you're going to hurt yourself doing that. I think this is the season where you got to get rid of that and just play it. Just play it normal.
Yeah. Remember, you broke into top 10, Harmonie, when you went for a Man United player.
Yeah,
and that Man United player kept you in top 10.
I'd get rid of that. The game was made Haaland captain already. I didn't have to change it. Yeah, I think he'll be a captain for a lot. So what you want to do now, Stu, is go on to defenders and sort by price. Alexander-Arnold should be top, and get all the defenders on, and we'll have a quick browse through the defenders quickly. So, yeah, go to defenders. Then go to total points, price. Alexander-Arnold should be, there you go. And then we can quickly look through the prices, have a quick look at defenders, and have a quick chat about that. And if anyone wants anyone, I mean in my squad now. Harmonie, are you willing to are you going to be willing to pick every player from every team? Simple yes or no. Are you going to be picking players from other teams, Man United, Chelsea, Man City, whoever else Leeds don't like? Shall we have a look for?
I think we need to.
I will not have any London play. I'll tell you what, Harmonie. I think Chelsea are going to. I said at the start of end of last season, Chelsea are going to be hot to trot, man. Chelsea are looking. I think they're going to be a lot of people will be looking at Chelsea players this week, this pre-season.
Right, so let's go through your defenders like you wanted to do, Russell. Right,
yeah, we'll
so
have a quick look.
I obviously high to low. So your highest is Alexander-Arnold.
I mean, look at the price difference. Look at him; he's
5.
literally by himself. Look at that.
Yeah.
Everyone else is 6.5, and then it's just Alexander-Arnold at 8 million.
Do you think Trippier's going to have a good season, Russell?
I don't know. Champions League. I don't know. I don't think Trippier is going to be as high owned as he was last season. I mean, he's gone up what, £1.5 million? Started at 5 million, and he's at 6.5. If you want Haaland and Alexander-Arnold, are you going to find a place for Trippier? Really?
No.
I think it's going to be hard going, don't you?
You see, we talked about this. We touched on this. Was it yesterday when we did one? Day before.
Okay.
When you touched on it, Russell, you pick Haaland, you pick Trent Alexander-Arnold. You spent over 20 million.
No, you spent 22 million on two players.
Yeah.
So that's basically
22% of your budget gone.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. This is going to be the season where you're going to have to find bargains, man. Like I said, the best way I can analyse it or make it simple for you guys to understand, you're going to have to buy at Harrods, but then also buffer out your buys from Harrods with some Primark. You're going to have to go Primark shopping this season in fantasy football.
Do you think, Russell, we all know what Haaland is as a goal-scoring machine.
Mm.
Do you think, though, that there will be, FPL Andy and stuff like that? Do you think any of them lot would risk not included him?
No, they'll all have him. I guarantee you 90% of the teams will have Alexander-Arnold and Haaland. They might say it before the deadline, but I guarantee you once he gets the deadline, they'll all pop him in.
Yeah.
Guarantee you.
So what you're saying then is your two premium players is going to be Haaland and Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, the Alexander-Arnold one's quite interesting for you guys because what surprised me last season was how much hate Alexander-Arnold got from a lot of you guys in the chat and on the screen. I was really trying to say no. He is usually he's just an unbelievable fantasy asset, but last season was quite a strange team, and everyone would have normally Alexander-Arnold's. You have to have. So it has surprised me the price of Alexander-Arnold because as I went through last time, he had a worse season last season, but he's gone up in price. If you see what I'm saying. It's quite strange, really. I thought he could stayed at 7.5, but I think they've just said, "Oh, he's a midfielder, and we're going to bump up his price," because he should have really gone up on the points he got last season. You know what I'm saying? He did better the season before. So I'll let you have a quick. I'll have you have a quick look through the comments, Stu, because I don't want them to feel like we're neglecting the comments. So
they know we're not neglecting them. I am going to stick with the spine of around 9 to 10 players all of the season, barring injuries. I think that's a good plan.
Do pick Chelsea players, though, Harmonie. They are going to be good. There's going to be some good players. There's some bargains there.
Top 5 members, let's go. My draft is already looking good. I'm glad about that, Liam.
I guarantee you, Liam will change it a million times. He will change the draft a million times. No one can. Stu, do you remember you last season? Stu, do you remember you last season? You changed your draft about a million times.
I know. And I did that during World Cup and all.
No one ever stays with the first draft. It will change a million times. I guarantee you, it will change a million times.
Lee's already working on it. I can see him. He's in deep concentration mode.
Do you know how you know you can tell? It's because you can see the colours changing on his face. It's all the colours of the fantasy football screen.
Yeah, he's well away, isn't he? Look at him.
I know. We'll just talk and let him carry on. So.
I know, Liam. If injuries occur, then yes. Look. You see, you've got to You've got to work out. Do you go for a cheap back line, cheap back four, or three? If you're going to go 3-5-2, do you go three very cheap defenders? So you've got more money to spend on your midfield and attack. I mean, I'm thinking of spending a bit more on the midfield. One decent striker if I go 3-5-2, and I don't know, 6 million or something.
See,
so a
this is good because
striker and a low range striker.
Yeah, but this is what I'm on about, Stu. You know, this is good. What we're going to need to talk about when we do the formations video, because it's all going to be based on your formations. So when we get into, because we're going to do formations video, it's interesting. Liam says 3-4-3, but what you might find is right now it's all new and fresh, and we're kind of trying to figure stuff out. Once we settle down and you keep looking at the prices, you might find your formation changes with signings coming in. Because you've got to remember, people are still going to be signing players. You might get a couple of bargains coming at a good price. Could change your formation around. So.
Liam says that he's sticking with 3-4-3. Amani says, I had Trent Alexander-Arnold and got rid at the correct time. I was only trying to make you see the light with him, Russ. I have him in my squad. A mid with a defender bonus, no-brainer.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I think, well, that sounds to me she's going for them. You're going to find most teams will have Haaland, Alexander-Arnold, and then you're going to have to build your team around that because you're only going to have 78 million to spend.
To bring in 30 more players.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Right, so let's have a quick butchers through these defenders. Right, you've got Alexander-Arnold at 8, then it goes Robertson at 6.5, Trippier 6.5, Virgil van Dijk at 6 million. He had a poor season last season by his standards.
Yeah, so he's gone down 500,000. But Virgil van Dijk's guaranteed. He is guaranteed minutes, and on set pieces, he's always a danger. I think Liverpool this year are going to be really good. I mean, their signings are fantastic. They're really reinforcing the midfield. I actually think Liverpool, they got a good-looking team again. I think they're going to do well this year. Oh, Kieran's here. Everyone step aside.
An exciting day.
Yeah, very exciting, Kieran. Looking forward to it. My team, League's me, Stu. He sent the code. Havinder, put your code in the chat. Let everyone see your code.
He's done that.
Oh, has he already done that?
Yep. What I'm going to do is I'm going to star it, so we can. I'll put it up last, before we all disappear, so it gives everyone a chance. Hiya, lads. So how are we all doing? Exciting day. I'm good, mate. How are you, Lee? Kieran's asking how you doing.
Young, good.
He's doing his team straight away. Kieran. What we're doing, mate, is we're just going through goalkeepers. We've gone through goal. We're going to do videos all week. It's going to be full on with videos. So we're just having a brief look now. We've got the code out to join the league. Obviously, we need you in it because obviously we have a little rivalry. You're like a mini me in the comments. But we're talking about defenders right now. But let me know if there's any players you're kind of intrigued by already. But we're just going through. Me and Stu haven't seen all the prices. So this is new to us right now. Virgil van Dijk, mate, 6 million, good solid. He's a solid pick. He'll be solid. Hey, Fadzil is here, Stu. I haven't seen him for ages. Are we going Trent? Well, I think a lot of people will be going Trent Fazil. Do you remember Fazil Shoe? He came in one of our live streams.
I do, yeah, of course I remember Fazil.
Yeah, it's good to see you back.
Yeah. So I will probably go 4-4-2 and 4-5-1 most weeks. 3-5-2 at some other time. Odd I was 3-5-2 most of the last season. So she's going to change the formation as well.
I'll be honest with you. I started last year. I think I started 4-4-2 last year. I had Robertson and Alexander-Arnold, but that went quickly because Liverpool started so bad. So yeah, I mean your formation could well change during the season. So,
question for you, Russell.
Yes.
If a player from a Premier League, etc., e.g., Cancelo from Brighton to Chelsea and buy him for a lot, will that change his FPL price?
No. So this is what I'm on about. It was like Andres Pereira last year, and he was $4.5 million at Man United. But because he went to Fulham, he stayed at $4.5 million and we all knew he was going to start at Fulham. And he was on set pieces and on penalties. So there is a good chance, like I'm saying, your team will change with transfers. So, for example, let's pretend, I don't know, what's a good example? Like, say, because he's $5 million now or whatever. He went to Chelsea. There's a good chance he's going to get more points. He will stay at $5 million. So you can still sign him for $5 million, but he'll be playing for a better team. So you got to keep an eye on stuff like that because it could be really good. You could get some good bargains there. So, I mean, I don't know how much Mason Mount is, but Mason Mount's gone to Man United. He could be a really good buy for. We won't look at that. We'll look at that when we're going to midfielders. But Mason Mount could be a good option. Price dependent, obviously. So,
are we going for Trent? I think Trent's the one in here, Fazal. I think Trent's the one along with Haaland. I think they'll be everyone's two premium players this season, or they'll start with them two at least.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. And Cocker, yeah, he could be an interest. He's a forward. I was hoping he was going to be a midfielder.
Liam, only after the league begins, prices remain until then. Armani's well and truly clued up on this, but look, if I were a betting man, which I'm not a betting man as such, but I'd put a bit of money on Armani to finish your top 5. Come end of season, Armani will be top 5.
I think this league's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for this league.
I think
I think it's going to be really competitive.
Well, what I'm going to do, everybody, the formations, we'll keep that. Don't think that I'm being rude by skipping over them. But when we get into the formation video, what we're going to be putting out, we'll discuss it more then. Does that sound fair, Russell?
Yeah, because there's. I mean, what we're going to do today is just a quick browse up, get the league started. We're going goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, attackers, a video each night. And then we've got a formations video. We've got an out of position video for players, a premium video, a premium players video, and then you've got a bargain video. We had a few other ideas. So you're going to find we're doing a video or a live probably for the next 8 nights in a row. But they're going to be like little bite-sized ones. I mean, we will discuss them, we're not going to ignore you, but we're going to really focus in on certain topics over the next 8 nights and just do videos purely on those ones. So,
yeah. If Vinda says that lazy focus mode. Kate, right, I'm going to put you on spot here, Russell. I'm hoping that we do 1 or 2 drafts shows each, like where we go through your drafts and then I'll do a couple of drafts. Are you going to show some of your drafts?
Yeah, I'm going to alter my drafts. My drafts are going to be the auto drafts.
Are you going to pick some
then
drafts?
I'll revert. Then I'm going to revert to my team after this stream. I'll go put my real players in.
Oh, Russell. I fully expect the hard release to be Friday. I fully expected the hard release to be Friday, so was out in the peaks all day with my mates. He's a life. He's a man of luxury. He's been in peaks all day with his mates, right? Was frantically giving my girlfriend instructions to get me a low FPL ID. So it's like Kieran and his numbers.
What is this thing with the low FPL ID? I don't understand that. I think I presume that means that you've got in early. The lower your ID, the quicker you got your team logged or something. That's hilarious.
I'll give you a bit of advice, Kieran, from somebody who's only just started. You don't get bonus points for entering league early.
So where did we get to, Stu? We got to Virgil van Dijk. Right, okay then. So Ben White, he's got up 500,000. Okay, that's interesting. Right. Start making a harder pick.
Chilwell, he's at 5.5. James is at 5.5. Ruben Neves is at 5.5. Ruben Diaz, is at 5.5. John Stones is at 5.5. It's funny how the Chelsea and the Man City defenders are all around the same price. Then you go into highest Man United defender in Luke Shaw at 5.5.
Yep.
Then you go into two Arsenal centre backs in Gabriel and Saliba at 5. Then you go.
They stayed the same price, haven't they? I believe. I think they've saved the same price. These guys.
You think Zinchenko's good for 5 million?
Could be. Yeah, I mean he's going to be a fullback. Yeah, he could be a fullback. He's quite injury prone, I find. Oh, really? I didn't realise that. Also, if you're on the level points and he hits with someone in the league, this person with no idea finishes higher. That's ridiculous. Yeah, but you're on the same points. That doesn't mean anything. You'll still be counted as the same points, won't it?
Not a chance I will be mid-table. You will be. You'll be in top 5. Trust me. Wait until my year 5 if I am not unalive. Kieran, how do you know your ID number? What does it matter? I rejoined a week ago. Been getting prices every day since.
Yeah, Harmonie is on it this week, isn't she?
Yeah, she means business. Also, I have level on points and it's taken with somebody in the leagues. The person with the lower ID finishes higher. I don't know. How does that work?
Well, basically, because they've got him first, technically they won't be higher than you. You'll be on the same points. So let's pretend, I don't know, me and Kieran came first, but he got him before me, but he will be shown above me, but we'll be actually on the same points. The positions will be the same. It'll be joint winners. But visually, it looks like they're above you, but they're not, basically.
So if you're really that concerned, Kieran, call yourself a name what no other person's got. Then you won't have that you won't have to worry about your ID numbers are.
I never knew that was a thing. I've learned that. That's news to me. I didn't realise that was a big thing. So,
Nah, Kieran, I am joking. Kieran, I didn't know that either. I really didn't.
No.
So, right, where were we? Alex Moreno. He's already got a yellow flag.
Hamstring injury. Yeah.
So he's 5 million. Ben Mee's 5 million. Louis Stunk, 5 million. Estepurian, 5 million. That's not bad. That's a good price. Cucurella likes to get forward a lot. 5 million. Thiago Silva, oldest defender in league, 5 million.
I think that's quite a bit, isn't it?
Well, 5 million for Thiago Silva.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Chelsea are very intriguing.
Last season.
Yeah.
Matip and Kanote is 5 million. Akanji, he played everywhere along that back 5 last season. That back 4 for Man City, he's at 5 million. Nathan Ake, 5 million. Good. He had a good. He's improved a lot. Emerick Laporte, 5 million. Kyle Walker, 5 million. Kyle Walker's he's negotiating. They've offered him a new contract and he's thinking about it. So they're wanting to keep him. So they obviously think Kyle Walker's still in Man City's plans.
Also, are Man City sort of players that you're going to want to sign? Are they reliable? Man City are always this kind of forbidden fruit where you look at it and go, I want to sign them, but then you think, will they start? I mean, you look at those players, you look at Akanji, Ake, and put, they're good prices. They're good prices. The problem is you sign them and they don't start.
Yeah. Do you like Manchester United defender 5 million? Martinez, I think he's a good defender for Man United, 5 million. Rafael Varane, 5 million. And then you've got Scar, 5 million. Remember when I used to call him all sorts of different names last season?
Yeah, I like it. You call him. He sounds like Scar. It's Shaw.
Is it Shaw?
You say Scar. Shaw. Yeah, you all say Scar. It's Shaw. Fabian Shaw. Yeah. Made me laugh. You always say Scar. It's like you're on about madness. The Scar music.
Pedro Porro, 5 million. Perisic, apparently, Tottenham are looking to get move Perisic on. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because Perisic last season was a defender and everyone was really excited about him because we all thought he was going to be a winger, an out-of-position player. And he actually ended up, he was quite poor last year. Well, I think if he'd had a run of games, he'd done really well, but he was so in and out, weren't he, Perisic? He was like a really tempting player to buy, but he never... I was expecting a lot more from him last season. I was quite excited about him last season.
Rob Holding, 5 million.
Yeah, sadly though, you're not going to find
4.5 million. Sorry, 4.5.
Yeah, again, he's another player. Will he start? I don't think he will. So,
is he a new defender they've got then, that QR?
No, he started playing at the end of last season, but I think last season he might have been a £4 million player, but he started getting quite a bit of. Yeah, he was 4 million last season, so he started quite a few games. So it'll be interesting to see if he started. I mean, if you got £4.5 million starting Arsenal defender, that's pretty good. But again, a lot's going to depend on pre-season. Are they getting minutes basically?
Avinder's saying Timber.
Oh yeah. When he signs, this is what I'm on about. There'll be still players coming in to the deadline who will be interested to see what their fantasy football price is.
You see, if they can keep Tierney fit, he's another attacking winger, isn't he? Right back.
You got to remember, someone like Tierney's been linked with Newcastle, so he's. When Liam mentioned earlier about if a player is at a certain price where he transfers. See, Tierney would probably be a star at Newcastle. So if he gets transferred to Newcastle, all of a sudden you're like, well, actually, maybe he could be a starter more regular. It's just the injuries with Tierney. He's very injury prone.
He is. Tommy Asu, 4.5 mil. Then you go into Arsenal. Aston Villa defenders there all roughly at the same price. Cash, Diego Carlos, De Jong, and Konza.
Yeah.
Mings as well. Even Mings is 4.5 mil.
Yeah, he's a starting defender. So.
Then you go on to Bournemouth defenders. Then Fredericks, who's 4.5. Kelly, 4.5. Mepham, 4.5. Sanusi, 4.5. Smith, 4.5. Zabrani, 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go on to Brentford defenders in it, Ajer and Collins, 4.5.
Can someone please tell me why Collins was so sought after? There seems to be like a big bidding war going on for Nathan Collins. And I was like, why? Was he that good? Don't know. Strange.
Holding could start a few since Arsenal are in the Champions League.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting if it pans out with certain players. I mean, Holding did struggle. Holder was a nightmare for me last season because he scored a goal and I had him on my bench and I missed out on his points. So he's one of those players which is quite frustrating to own, I found last season. I always seemed to put him in and he didn't start or he didn't do anything. But when I took him out, he used to get points. I was like, ugh.
So then it's Emery and Hickey, who's 4.5, Olobi Pinnock, Rosloff, Zanka, who's all 4.5. Then the Brighton defenders, Veltman and Webster, 4.5. Lee, Avinda says, I had Diang a couple of years ago in my FPL team. That's when he was at Everton and money. He was good.
Who's that, sorry?
Diang, Lucas Diang.
Oh, yeah. He's another frustrating player. He was brilliant at Everton. Yeah. He should have done well at Villa. I thought he'd done better with Villa, to be honest with you. So.
Kieran says Nathan Collins is class. He sits very high up in the division metrically, despite playing in that shocking Wolves side. Expected him to go get a bigger move than Brentford.
I don't know. I mean, he was at Burnley that got relegated as well, weren't he? I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. Not for me. To me, he's a pretty bang average defender. So.
Excellent to own him. And we were amazing to have him, Russell.
Who's that? Sorry, who's he on about?
I'm assuming it's Diang.
Oh, okay.
So I've said Veltman and Webster, haven't I? Right, but this is Burnley. This is interesting. A lot of Burnley defenders are 4.5 and all. O'Shea, Roberts, Vitona, they're all 4.5. So he's,
I don't know who that Vitona is. I don't know who he is. I mean, Burnley. I mean, I think with Burnley are going to be an interesting club this year because we look at Burnley as the one that got relegated under Sean Dyche, and there was, what you was getting, long ball Harry's defensive. Are Burnley going to be an attacking team? Are they going to be like the Fulham of this year? Could we be? Saying, "Oh, no, Burnley for me," but could they be quite exciting to watch this year in the company? Could be a dark horse there.
There we go. Harmonie says no Leeds League, so I have joined the Brighton one. I bet Stu is in the Hammers League. No, I'm not yet, Harmonie. No, I didn't join the Hammers League last year. I'll be honest with you. I were in the Everyday General League, the TDT League, and I think I were in the Leeds League. But that were it. I didn't join any others. I were only in 3 leagues. And that were enough for me to keep me eye on. Excuse me. Do you have him, Russell, or do you have him, Russell, or in Diang?
Well, who knows, maybe. Maybe I've got him in my team already. Who knows? Diang's. He should be. I could see him leaving Villa. I mean, I think if he went to a lower end Premiership club, he'd probably get a lot more games. Could be a very good asset. He was someone who I wanted Leeds to go for at one point, so I think he's left back in it. When we're looking at left backs, I love Diang. So, but you can tell that the game's not complete. You what? Sorry.
We're still looking for a good left back, aren't we? We've been looking for years.
Yeah. Also, the game hasn't completely. You can tell it's a bit out of whack already because we've got Azpilicueta on there and he's already left. So.
Yeah, he's gone. Thank God for that because I can never say his name properly.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll say his name for you. Azpilicueta.
Badashai for Chelsea, 4.5. Chalobah, 4.5. Colwell, a lot of people are after that Colwell.
Well, Brighton are, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good. I think it'll be a good sign. I think if he can get a move away from Chelsea, he's definitely worth having for 4.5. Fofana, 4.5. Hall 4.5. Sarr.
I tell you what,
4.5.
I watched that Hall last season, and he's brilliant. He looks really good. But the problem is he'll struggle to get minutes this season. But for a couple of seasons going, he's one to keep an eye on for me. I was really impressed looking at Hall. When I watched Chelsea, I was like, who is this guy? Young lad. Massive thighs. He's got huge legs. You can tell he's a footballer. Jeez, he's very well built. But he looks good. But I don't think he'll get the minutes. I'm surprised he's come in at 4.5. I was expecting maybe 4 million. But definitely a prospect.
Right, and now I know what Avinder's on about. He's saying, did you own DeYoung a couple of years ago, Russell? When he was
No, he was always someone at Everton that I never owned, but he was always tempting. Yeah, he was always a tempting player, and he's usually on set pieces. So when he does play, he's usually on set pieces.
The man says, you were in the Leeds League, Stu. You have to choose your fave, and you are entered into it. Or you choose none. You can only choose one. I picked Brighton. Oh, right, yeah. Because obviously my favourite team was Leeds, wasn't it? But I have put my favourite team in the Premier League. I clicked on West Ham. I don't know if I've entered the league.
I just put other. Because I didn't have Leeds, so I just put other.
Do you think it's going to make this FPL more exciting, Russell, that Leeds are in it, if you know what I mean?
It won't be as depressing looking at the points when you're looking at Leeds. So I did look at the Leeds players last year, and I was like, God, how crap are we? The points were awful on everyone. Just shows how bad we were statistically.
But I got to Sarr, didn't I? I got to Fofana, Hall and Sarr. Now we're going into Palace play. There seems to be a hell of a lot of defenders at 4.5 mil.
That's good.
Henderson, Klein, Gay,
Anderson,
Mitchell. Anderson, Anderson, Klein, Gay and Mitchell. All Crystal Palace defenders, 4.5 mil. Along with Ward. Forgot about Ward. 4.5. And then Everton. Coleman, Godfrey. This is what I don't get, right? The Everton players should be a lot less than that. If we're going on what they did last season, they almost got relegated.
Yeah, but they're never going to put starting defenders at 4 million.
They're not.
Not usually, no. You'll have to maybe look around in your Primark shop for some bargain defenders. But if they think they're going to be starting defenders, you're not going to get many at 4 million, really.
I'll be really honest with you, mate, right? All the Everton defenders are 4.5. I won't touch any of them. Then you go into the Fulham defenders. They're all 4.5 mil.
Yeah. Okay.
Diop, Ream, Robinson, Tete, Tolson. And then the Liverpool boys, Gomez and Temescas, 4.5.
Interesting.
Doherty and Oslo for Luton, 4.5. I wonder if anyone's going to go for a Luton player this upcoming campaign.
Yeah, I think there's a few who could be maybe options.
I
remember when Blackpool got in the Premiership, and Charlie Adam was brilliant. Charlie Adam. I had him in my team. He was fantastic for Black. They got relegated, but you can always get a good bargain from a promoted team. There's always maybe one from one of the teams, like a Luton, who are very good value for money. So I wouldn't discard them.
I have a fairly good Burnley defender for 4 million as a bench option.
And look at the player at the bottom of this, who's 4.5.
Let's go scroll down page a bit more. Maguire.
There you go.
And he might not be a Man United player. And do you know, I know, and I'm not speaking highly of Man United players ever. I won't do it. But I think Harry Maguire took a lot of stick for everything what went on under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And it wasn't all on Maguire, because even when Maguire didn't play, they still got battered nearly every week when under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think Maguire moving from Man United will be better than what's happened to him.
Yeah.
Could revamp his career.
Yeah,
And
but again, it could be a bargain. Could be $4.5 million player that goes somewhere and plays regular. Could be
it could be a bargain.
Could be a bargain.
And I don't say that word revamp a lot, but I think he could revamp his career. I really do. So let's just quickly go on next page, because then that'll be halfway through them, right? So then you go into the Forest. Hang on, let's go to the top right. So you've got Malacia, who's 4.5 mil. You've got Wan-Bissaka, who's probably decent at one-on-one defending at 4.5. And then you go into your Newcastle defenders at 4.5. Botman, Burn, Kraft, Target.
One thing I quickly want to say, I don't think there's enough Forest defenders on this.
You've got loads.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Forest defenders. Good luck. That's ridiculous.
A lot of them will be moved on to this transfer window.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, surely Forest can't sign like they did last season. They'll be under regulations, won't they? So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, Forest defenders. Sheffield United, again, are you going to invest in their defenders? No. There could be a few bargains in there, like anywhere, so you never know.
And then you've got your Tottenham defenders, Davis, Dyer, Emerson Royale, Reguilon, Romero.
Reguilon, that's
Romero's a good option.
Yeah, Reguilon. Geez, I haven't heard from him for ages. He was a good option in fantasy football at one point.
Romero's a good option. He'll be a first teamer.
He's a red card in the waiting. Him, I can tell you.
Well, I think that's why they're trying to bring in that Van der, whatever his name is from. Is it a Holland team? Ajax, is it? No, Wolfsburg. They're trying to bring in a Holland player called Van der Boomen. He's supposed to be he's gonna be alongside Romero as a partnership, and this guy's got a bit more experience, so it's a bit older. So hopefully that's what Romero needs, a bit of experience next to him. Calm him down a bit. Sanchez, Sigurdsson, and Dongi. I don't think he'll get started. Right, West Ham. Right now, I know people say that I've got a thing about West Ham. Nerfa Guerd, 4.5 mil. He is the most inconsistent player I've ever seen in Premier League. 1 minute he gives a 7 or 8 out of 10 performance. Then 2 games he's giving like 4 or 5 out of 10 performances. He's so inconsistent.
So obviously you haven't seen Ayling and Cooper in the Premiership then.
Well, they want inconsistent. They were just consistently bad.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah.
Well, no, I'll take that back. Cooper were the best out of a bad bunch, if that makes sense. When he played, that's a bit more realistic.
So let's have a look at the next page, mate.
Yep, I'm on next page now. The Midfielder, assumingly, Bayer, he seems decent and spot on. Kieran, it had to be done. Don't forget to join Harmonie. We won't, but we won't have ended up with him, mate. We won't, mate. Wanted Lindelof, but spent up. At least Bayer will play fairly consistently, I guess, just in case. Prizes. So you're going to get prizes for Ravinda. Something we haven't spoke about yet, and I will be getting it. I've just had to get all house decorated, and we've had to get all house undercoated and everything because we've got the decorator coming in as from Wednesday next week, who's going to be wallpapering. So hopefully in a couple of weeks, all else will be done. And in that way, I've only got about 4 weeks and for our Chloe to drop baby. So yeah. But then I'll be back. I'll be banned on a lot of things. I'll be banned on a hell of a lot of things. Where am I? Wanted Lindelof, but spent up. All right, I've read that one. Sorry, guys. That's fine, Stu. Yeah, I will join you, Evander. Don't you worry. Right, this page: Curfield, Cresswell, Emerson, Johnson, Kura, Zuma. They're all 4.5. Then you go into Wolves defenders, Altneri 4.5, Bueno 5, Dawson 4.5, Giles 4.5, Otto, Kilman, Semedo. I had high hopes for that Kilman. You know, I thought he was going to come good.
Yeah, he's not a bad player actually. There's even rumours that they're looking to sell him as well. So might be worth keeping an eye on where he goes. So he might get regular minutes.
Totti, 4.5. Then the Arsenal boys, Cedric.
See, this is where it gets interesting, Stu. This is the 4 million bracket.
Yeah.
So this is where it could be interesting. I mean, there's a couple of names already that jumped out for me there straight away.
Right. Well, let's see if we can work it out. Chambers might get games on Aston Villa. Hill. Look, I don't know much about Bournemouth. I'll be honest with you, Russell. I don't know much about Bournemouth. They seem to do enough. They seem to do just enough, and then they went on. They were on Beach, weren't they?
And ironically, you got a player who looks like his name is Beach underneath Hill. But the one player who I was looking at straight away was Lamptey. Now, Lamptey is brilliant, but he's so injury prone. Yeah, I mean, 4 million for Neil Lamptey. I mean, whew. I tell you what, if he starts, everyone's going to be on him like a rash. In fact, his ownership's quite high, 6.7. So people are already looking at him for a bench option, obviously. It's interesting.
And then we go into the Burnley defenders at 4 million. Dank Hill, Bayer, Egan Riley, Egdal, McNally. Do you know, I'm going to confess something to viewers here. When Leeds were in Premier League, I watched zero Championship football. Zero. I saw the results, but I didn't watch any games. So these Burnley players are all new on me.
Well, this year you will be.
I know. We're going to be on a lot, though, aren't we? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So, Taylor, that's Charlie Taylor, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think he starts that many games, though. I think he's quite rotated. I love him back at Leeds.
Ampadu, Chelsea. Baba, Chelsea. Gusto, Chelsea. These are all like their reserve defenders now, aren't they?
Yeah, but you got to remember, there will be bargains in here somewhere. There's always looking around. There's always worth looking around.
Nat Phillips, 4 million.
Well, hopefully he doesn't go to Leeds because I don't think it rate him at all.
I think he's played something like 70 games or something, and he's 26 years old.
Yeah, not for me, thank you. He can stay at Liverpool or go somewhere else. I don't want him at Leeds.
Did you see that? Speaking about this, and I promise I will go back straight to FPL. Daniel Farke says you need at least 75 points to get promoted from Championship.
Okay. Well, that's true.
So that's a lot of wins. That's a lot of wins. Vandenberg, Liverpool, 4 million. See, Luton, I'd love to know more about Luton. I only watched him in playoffs. I'd love to know more about Luton. I might have to watch some videos back to see if there's any
you'll get information coming through.
Luton.
Yeah, I say it's going to be interesting. The pre-seasons are going to be fascinating because there could be some players emerge from this lot who could be real bargain players. Not from Luton, but £4 million defenders. So, yeah, Even though you look at him
Lascelles?
going, oh, I feel. Sorry.
Lascelles for 4 million.
Yeah, you're going to get much game time now, I don't think so.
I've seen him what jumps out at me though, Russell. Rest of them, I'll be honest with you, I don't know much about, mate. I really don't.
Well,
we're going to
learn about him, aren't we? Yeah, we're going to learn about him.
No, them two names blast from past Baldock and Basham.
Oh, Kieran's giving us a bit of upside here. Bell is a starting defender for Luton at 4 million. No, Kieran, you shouldn't be giving me little hints like that. I might have to get him in.
Even Lee, Harmonie, Russell in my league is a competitive league. Well, what we'll do, Avinda, is I've started it, so I will put a link to your league in chat. So it'd be great if you can join the Avinda's league. It'll be brilliant. Bulldog 2 for Sheffield United.
Okay, interesting.
And that's it. That's your defenders all done. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Does that name pop out to you, Russell? Rondon?
Yep. Jordan Spence, he was good at Forest. He's another player that you never know. Yeah, so, yeah, Rondon's Welsh international. Jordan Spence played well at Forest. Never really got a chance under Conte. Tananga played a bit under Conte. So, yeah. So there could be some good bargains around. Could be some good bargains. While you go through the comments, quickly go for the comments. I'll quickly grab the toilet, and then we'll go to midfielders.
No worries, mate. No worries. I may switch Bayern for Ekdal, Sweden defender. Fairly decent, or I could drop a 5 mil defender for him and put an extra mil towards a different striker. I am really buzzing that the FPL is back. I'm glad to hear that, Harmonie. I really am glad to hear that, love. I really am. I think we all are. You're excited about FPL, aren't you, Lee?
Yeah.
I'm changing my team as well. I think we'll be all changing this team, Sylvinda. I do. Some pretty good 4 million defenders this season, Kieran. You have spotted them, I see. FPL's buzzing. Yeah, something to really look forward to, isn't it? I'm surprised that we didn't play this game years ago, Lee. Well, you have, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What I'm going to do is, so when Russell comes back, bless him, I will get the midfielders ready, and then when he comes back in, it's not waiting around for me to list. Right, total points, price. Right, I haven't looked. You've always played, haven't you, Avinda? You've always played, mate. It's Lee. We've got. Are you just gutted that Leeds out in it?
Yeah.
If Leeds United were in this FPL league, what players would you want to buy from Leeds United?
I have no idea.
What do you think about Koch maybe going back to Frankfurt for a season?
Well, I'm happy on loan, but
well, he won't come back to Leeds because he's in his final year of his contract, so you'll never see him play for Leeds again.
No.
He was one at first was to want to jump ship though, wasn't he?
Mm.
Stu, if you're looking to get people involved in something, I'd be more than happy to share some of my drafts at some point. I don't keep my teams like Russell. That'd be fantastic of it, Kieran. Honestly, that'd be absolutely brilliant. You know, if and you know with your knowledge, I'm sure there's a lot of people in chat as well who would love to hear what you've got to say. I really do. Let's be honest. Russell's just mean and tight. Isn't that right, Lee?
Mm-hmm.
It's as tight as a pug's backside. That's what he is.
Right, what we've got going on, guys? Have I missed anything?
I hope his back is Russell. Now that he's back, we can start talking nasty about him again. You missed all nice comments, Russell.
You what did you say?
You missed all nice comments right here. Kieran's got a good one for you there, mate. It's Stu. If you're looking at getting people involved this summer, I'd be more than happy to share some of my drafts at some point. I don't gatekeep my teams like Russell. So yeah, if he wants to, more than happy for him to do that. You know, if
I do apologise as well, guys.
Let me know.
I am eating my dinner because I was rushing around tonight. I didn't have my food, so sadly you're gonna have to watch me on the stream. But Kieran, once I win this league, I'll be happy to share my drafts. But we all know I'm a bit cloak and dagger, so I am sorry. You're more welcome to share your drafts. You're more welcome to do it.
Well, I referred you to being as tight as a pug's backside.
I'll be interested to see what the winner of it last year did. What's his name? Was it Richie?
Was it Richie last year?
Richie
won it last our league? Yeah, Richie Higgins. Who won the overall league then, Russell?
Richie.
No, I meant the general league.
Oh, what the actual fantasy football itself?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember now. I think he was from like Azerbaijan or something, wasn't he? Was he from some sort of country like that?
How did the usual suspects get on then, like FPL Raptor and stuff like that?
I think some of them were really high, but I always find that the people that seem really good at fantasy football were like the Asians and the people from like India or Pakistan. They seem to really have that the mind of kind of just doing well in fantasy football. I don't know if it's to do with numbers, but seem to do well. Russell keeps his team locked in safe. Yes, I do. Inky, you better be joining the league. Shall we whack the code up against? Shall we whack the code up against you? Let's get the code in the comments again, guys. Have you joined? Who's joined? I keep checking the league. I haven't seen any changes yet. Has anyone else joined?
Inky's joined. Get in, Inky.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the TDT.
Oh, Inky's there. There he is. We've got Havinder. We've got no Kieran. Maybe Kieran's scared. Is he scared of facing me? Maybe he's scared. Let's have a look. I thought he'd jump by.
So that's the code.
There you go. That's it. Well, the football knowledge is strong.
I don't know how to do it. Do I have to go into my YouTube page? Do I have to go into my YouTube page to pin it to the top? Let me.
I don't know. You're the YouTube king, mate. I'm just merely a face on it. Russ just played it cool now, but would have had a notebook out whilst I'm speaking. A mental notebook. Here you go, Kieran. It's coming up. We need to get you in the league because you've been very loyal to. Kieran's been so loyal to this channel, hasn't he, since he first came into our live stream? It was really nice to see that other guy earlier. What was his name? Fadzil. Yeah. Yeah, we had a few come in, like that generation of people, weren't there? I hope people like Inky stick with it as well. So it's going to be good. Shall we have a look at midfielders then, Stu?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a way of pinning this to the top of the what do you call it? And I can't do it. I'll have to find a way of doing it for next show, but that's the code anyway. Use WSIB.
I mean, we can just keep typing it in during this one, can't we? I mean, on the next video, you can just get a banner, could you? Maybe with a code going across it, do like a something like that.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
UZWSIB. Let's see if I can pin it to the top. Right, here we go. Right, so if I do that, and then if I do that, hang on. Pin message. There you go. It's pinned to the top. How good's that?
Ah, perfect. Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's pinned to the top now. Where am I? I don't want to miss any. There we go. Inky Yeppy. I am in the league, so can I still change my team before I can go? Yeah, of course you can.
You can change as much as you want, Inky.
Yeah.
Change as much as you like.
Up until deadline, which is in fact, when we're it now, and
Done this for you now. It is Friday, 11th of August, 6:30.
Thank you, Lily. Football knowledge is strong, and I get knowledge from FPL. Nothing, Russell. Yes, Inky, you can play around with it until an hour before or two before the season kicks off.
Just to let you know as well, Inky, we will answer your questions, but a lot of guys in the comments are used to playing fantasy football now. So you'll find that if you've got questions for us, you'll probably get them answered in the comments as well now, because people will help you in the comments.
They'll answer them a lot quicker than what I can, I tell you. Russell is playing it cool, but we will have that. But would have that notebook out whilst I'm speaking.
Mental notebook.
All right. Once I see the code, I'll join, but I've not seen it yet. I've put it at top, Kieran. Harmonie, I've been waiting nearly a full season for this.
I hope it meets your expectations, Inky.
Study as well, nearly a full year. I am royal. I want the league to be closed on. Yeah, it will be. It is, Harmonie, and no one's going to be joining it then. No one's going to be joining it from that moment. That is a promise.
So what you're probably going to find is you're going to be very bored, because we're going to be selling it like anyone's business. We're going to be promoting it everywhere. But then once the season starts, you won't hear about the code again.
So, Harmonie, remember when I was broadcasting on my channel, Lee's channel, and Twitter all at the same time? We've decided that we're only going to broadcast on the YouTube channel. And when Leeds we were going to do some watch-alongs with Leeds win back in Championship, but we're going to do that on Leeds, just solely on Leeds channel. So so Leeds got that to look forward to. So I won't be doing watch-alongs on disabled team, but we'll be doing watch-alongs on Leeds Statham's channel. So that way it gives Lee something to look forward to as well. So FPL's going to be kept solely on Stuart's on the disabled team YouTube channel, and all information and stuff's going to be solely on the disabled team channel. But then the watch-alongs are going to be on Lee Statham's channel and not on our channel. So we're just going to broadcast to one thing at a time, because everyone will be getting confused. And we're having comments in from people in Twitch and nobody else could read them comments. So people decided to go over to Lee's channel, so people on the disabled team channel couldn't see what other people were writing. So it's defeated object, really. Let's be honest. I want Lee to be closed, yeah, and I agree with you, man. It will be, I promise you. Inky, any help? I am here. You are, love. I mean, Harmonie, cheers. I will need it. Lee, Russell, and Harmonie, Stu, please. That sounds good. mixing it up. Yeah, so everything's going to be, it's all going to be broadcast just on one channel, so no one gets confused. I am really looking forward to the new season for both leagues and the FPL. Yeah, Inky, do you know something? I think it's going to be good for both. I do. I think we're going to have a better season than what we've had for the past 2 years.
Can't be any worse.
As a Leeds fan, at least we're going to see team win a few games. I mean, I still can't get over that stat, Russell. 11 wins since Bielsa. That's bad.
Punishment, isn't it?
Right, so these are your midfielders, by the way, Russell. Salah, obviously, being the most expensive, 12.5. Kevin De Bruyne at 10.5. There's a big jump,
You what, sorry?
There's a big jump from Salah to De Bruyne. It's 2 million.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite weird to only see like a couple of players go over like 10 million. I mean, De Bruyne's gone down 2 million. So is he a bargain?
Depends on if he's going to play as many games, doesn't it?
I mean, on his day, he's fantastic. So, I mean, he is injured right now, but 10.5 million, it's a good price. But where would you fit him in? That's quite a high price if you're looking at certain players. Very hard to fit into your team.
Rashford, talking about different positions, is down as a midfielder, 9 million.
Yeah.
I think Son's going to have a good season this season.
Good price. Yeah, I think Son at
9 million.
Yeah, that's a 3 million taken off from last season. So, yeah, he could be very good.
Harmonie says, at least we'll finish with table with Farker in charge. If we don't get sacked by Christmas, which I hope we do. See, Harmonie's not Daniel Farker's money.
I think out of everyone who was looking at, he was probably the best option.
I said this, and Harmonie knows how I feel about Daniel Farker. It doesn't excite me as such, but he was the best we could have hoped for in the position that we were in.
Yeah.
I mean, the talks about Graham Potter and stuff coming to Leeds, that was just daft. It were never going to come to Leeds.
Pie in the sky.
Yeah, I think so. So with De Bruyne, so Song's at 9 million. Odegaard, 8.5 million. Current captain of Arsenal.
Odegaard. I mean, if you got Odegaard and Saka, surely people are going to go Saka at the same price.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to go for the player below.
Oh, what, Fernandes?
Yes, I am. Yeah, for 8.5 million, definitely.
Yeah, good price.
Then you've got Martinelli, 8. How is this player so expensive, Russell? Diego Jota.
He's an odd one, Diego Jota. On his day, he can be fantastic. I mean, in 21-22 had a really good season, but I mean, he does technically play as a forward. It's just whether he gets the game, and he is injured quite a bit. So he's one of those players that if he was fit and regularly starting, everyone would own him. Especially at 8 million.
Saka, Bruno Fernandes and Odegaard are all 0.5 cheaper than Son and Rashford. Sometimes cheaper is better.
Son's a very good player, though. Tempers of ice. Son, there'll be a lot of players. Let's have a quick look at Son's ownership. I mean, treat what his percentage is already. 6.9. Okay, I was expecting to be higher than that. Yeah, and he could be brilliant at 9 million.
Yeah. Bit of inside information about Song. I was speaking to a Spurs fan who I found on YouTube. He was basically saying was Son come out and apologised for the season he had, but he said that he was playing at 60%. He was playing through a lot of pain, and he was never 100% match fit last season.
On his day, the season before he was immense. So
yeah.
I think 9 million is a good price for Son. It's just again, can you get him into your team?
I'd like to get. I mean, I know this sounds awful, but I'd sooner have Song than Rashford.
Really?
Yeah, I would. I think so, mate. Yeah, I do. I think, and if Kane does go to Bayern Munich, his odds have slashed right down now. So Bayern Munich look like they're serious in getting Kane. Song
I
will
don't
be
think
like the
he'll
main
go.
man again at Tottenham.
I don't think he'll go because he'll want to beat the Premiership all-time scorer. So I can't see that
Well,
happening.
next season he goes for nothing. Is that a contract?
Or he'll sign a new contract. I thought he was going to go to Man United, but the more and more it seems like to me, he's either going to sign a new contract, or I don't think he'll go to Bayern Munich. I think he'll just he'll want to be the Premiership all-time scorer. He could just stay on for another year at Spurs and then go for free.
A man has pointed something out as well from last season to this season. Gakpo is now a striker.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that in the next page, won't we? Yeah.
So we've got to Jota. Right. Kai Havertz. He's an interesting one.
Is he going to be playing midfield or forward? So what are we going to get, a midfielder or forward?
Well, it's an interesting one because although a lot of people are saying that it was a poor signing by Arsenal, he was right up there alongside Declan Rice as number one targets for Mikel Arteta. He wanted Havertz. He was desperate for Havertz. So I don't know. He's seen a position in his team where he's going to use him.
Again, it's a player that I look at and go, "Oh, Kieran's joined." Ooh. Havertz is a player where I'm like, why is he so sought after? He's been pretty poor at Chelsea, but he could go to Arsenal and do quite well. Being in the far better team. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see if Havertz starts as a forward or a midfielder.
And Ross, do you think it's a choice of just one premium pick between Haaland, Kane, and Salah more so this season?
I think the maximum you could probably get, if you have Haaland, I think you literally can only get 2 premiums.
Is that it?
But I bet if you didn't have Haaland or Alexander-Arnold, you could build a very, very nice looking team. A really nice looking team if you didn't have Haaland. But like I said at the start of the video, would you dare go against Haaland? But I'll tell you what, the team you could really get on paper would look very strong everywhere if you didn't have Haaland.
Well, do you know what I'm going to do? Because you know what I'm like on a night time, early hours of morning. I'm going to do a draft where there's no Haaland in it.
Yeah, well, play around with it. You're in a position right now.
What I can come up with.
Yeah, just to let you know, Stu, your TDD code, you pinned it. It just says TDT code. It doesn't say the actual code
So
on my screen. That? I'll show you. Look, all you've got is that.
If you go on the if you log on to the actual YouTube channel, Russell, you'll see that the code's pinned at top.
Oh, okay then. Fair enough.
That's how Kieran joined.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, three premium is the possible with Haaland, Kane, and Salah, but strongly doesn't look ideal this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you think, looking about it, let's say you got Salah, Kane, and Haaland. You're looking at 12.5. How much is Salah? Salah's 12.5, 25 million. So that's 39 million spent in 3 players. Yeah, good luck. That's virtually half your budget. Well, yeah, there'll probably be some mad person out there who will try it, but you're literally relying on 3 players, aren't you? I mean, your whole squad would be so. The money would be so tight. I mean, Jesus, I don't know if you could do it. I really don't. I mean, it'd be interesting if you could do it. What kind of team you get out? But it'd be very lopsided. Your team.
Luis Diaz. He's an interesting one at 7.5
Yeah,
mil.
I think he is as well.
Coming back from an injury, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he was brilliant when he first joined.
Yeah, I didn't know. But then, if you look at these three are very interesting for me: Foden, Grealish, Mahrez.
Well, there's talk of Mahrez leaving. Foden is a bit of an enigma because I think if he was started consistently, it'd be fantastic. But there's always the danger with Man City players, isn't it? You don't know whether they're going to start consistently. That's the thing with Man City. To me, they're the forbidden fruit. You always want to take a bite, but they're always dangerous to buy. You know what I'm saying?
Have Man City brought anyone in yet this transfer window?
Not yet. No, they don't have to. The squad's probably strong enough still to win the league.
What am I saying?
Yeah, but what they need to replace Gundogan?
You'd think so, yeah. But again, they have a very good, strong depth. So I'm sure they will. But they've got, they've got a great youth set up as well. I wouldn't be surprised if some youngsters coming through. But Foden's an odd one. Was Foden 9 million? I swear he was 9 million. Was it 9 million last season? 8 million. Yeah, he's an odd one. Foden's brilliant, but he just doesn't.
Yeah, Man City got 2 pairs.
Oh yeah, you're right, Kieran. Yeah, Kovac and the Croatian duo. Right, yeah, good point. But again, Kovac, that could be an interesting one actually. Kovac, okay. He could be more of an attacking player at Man City. Let's see what his price is.
And managed as I am doing, I have a solid defence and a midfield. Solid defence and midfield, decent attack without Haaland or Kane.
Yeah. You could get. Yeah, but I mean, is Kovac? Gundogan was amazing, weren't he? If you think about it, Gundogan feels like one of the most underrated players ever. He always scored massive goals. Brilliant little player. I just don't know if Kovac. I don't know. He can be good. There wasn't a phase where Kovac or whatever his name is. He did get a lot of assists for Chelsea. He is quite a good player. I think he'll do well at Man City. Will he be a good fantasy football player? Let's have a look at his price. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. He could make anyone good in time, but I don't know. He's someone that could be really good. It's just depending on his price.
And don't forget, Russell. You tell me a Chelsea player last season that were any good.
Yeah, but this season I do think Chelsea will do well. I
think so. Yeah, I think so. But what I'm trying to say is Kovacic. I wouldn't write him off because he had a bad season last season. Because all Chelsea
no. Going to Man City is a totally different ball game. But you don't know. It's weird now. I'm playing around with my head. I am going to do a draft without Haaland.
I'm going to do it
in my spare time. I've got to do a draft without him because it would be fascinating to see. Do you go for the overall team against rather than having a few big players? You know what I'm saying? Or is that?
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for the lowest price, overall price team who I think, going on last season's FPL points and stuff, who I think will have a good, who will do okay if you picked them for this season. But and I'm not going to include Kane, Salah, or Haaland. They're the 3 players I'm leaving out.
I guarantee you that team on paper would look really sexy. You would look at it and you go, God, that looks really strong all over my screen. The whole thing looks really strong. But then you'd be thinking, oh God, I haven't got Haaland or Salah or Kane. Yeah. You'd be scared.
Yeah, you'd be scared. You'd be scared to death over it because it's not the matter of not having them in your team, and it's the way trying to find a way of getting them back in your team.
Exactly. Yeah.
Without checking transfer penalties, I don't think you could do it. I'll have to have a good look into it in a bit. I like Kane, Salah more than Haaland Salah, but ownership on Ireland will be crazy, so have to go after owning. City, I've got Kovacic and Sunderland. Yep. I would assume Kovacic will be a direct Gundogan replacement. Pep can make anyone good enough with time. Well, he did it with John Stones, didn't he? And I don't think Calvin Phillips' career at Man City is over yet either. But I do think this is his make or break season.
I think he loves the subs bench.
I think if he don't get in first, if he can't break into first team, he won't be a Man City player come 2024, 2025 campaign. I think he'll be gone.
Yeah, I don't think he's good enough for Man City, personally.
Gundogan, you will be missed. He will be. The problem with not having premiums is too much money wasting away on the bench. Also, loss of rank you get when the bang is horrific.
Yeah, I see what you say. Basically, if Holland goes crazy, you don't own him, you'll get battered. But also, having that extra money basically means that you could have like 3 or 4 players on the bench that are like 6 million each, and they do really well. They just sat on the bench, and you're not getting their points. So I can understand what he's saying. Is sometimes your bench might be too good if you don't sign some of these big players.
That's the code for Avinder's FW1PAC.
Oh, okay. I'll join that now then. Let's have a look. Join a league.
And I'll join it after when I finish this Avinder. Oh, you need code, don't you? Sorry. There you go.
Yeah. Where's that code? Where is the code? Oh, is it FW1?
Yep, POC.
Surely this league's just going to be like your league, isn't it? Avinder's league's going to have all the same players as this one, isn't it?
Yeah, bless him. Yeah.
We're just going to do this league twice. Am I right?
Joined your league of Avinder, and he says no kidding. He has now Avinder.
Wait, I'm going to let my cat out.
Yeah, yeah. What's she called again? Oh,
Sonny.
Sonny, yeah, Sonny.
Yeah. Go on, Sonny. Go on.
What about Maddison at Tottenham? We know he's going to be a star. Is he a good option, Lee?
Yeah.
7.5 mil as well, Lee.
Yeah, I just try to see my team, but I can't think what I can put in. I don't know. I don't pick player or just spend my money on whatever players.
Maybe you can change it whenever you want.
I know. I know. He wants me to join the league. Every comment
Prizes as well.
Right, where were we on the players, Stu?
Yeah, can I just answer? Can we just say about Avinder, Russell? You don't need to do prizes in your league, Avinder. You know, people will join your league because they want to join it. I do it for a bit of fun.
Well, I want to win the prizes as well. I don't know what the prizes are, Avinder, but I want to win all of them. Make the prizes money. Can you make it money? Then they'll be really interested in joining your league.
Yes, do you know what he does for the job? And I've got full respect to him. He works at British Art Foundation charity shop.
Oh, good man, Avinder. Well done.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. 100%.
So what's your prizes?
I've got a lot of respect for him.
You're going to give me a new heart, like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz?
I keep thinking if I got... That's a point here, Russell. Avinder, do you get a discount working in charity shop? Because if you do, I'll be nipping in every now and again, giving you an order.
I'll tell you what he's going to do. He'll buy the presents from a charity shop.
Yeah, have you seen some of the prices in that British Art Foundation charity shop?
No.
Yeah, they do a lot of brand new stuff now, and some of it's dearer than normal shops.
Yeah, you get some good stuff in charity shops, you know. So
I get all my CDs and records from there.
Yeah.
Cheaper than HMV. A lot cheaper than HMV.
So this next player, you are?
Go on, mate.
This next player, Maddison. What are we thinking about Maddison? 7.5 million.
I think it's a bargain at 7.5. Just let me look.
21.
Let my dog out.
21% owned.
Yeah, and I can understand why as well. I think it'd be a starter, won't it?
Set pieces, maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe free kicks and corners.
Yeah, that and all. Well, let's be honest. He's a dead ball specialist, isn't he?
Yeah.
Harmonie says, I see your point, Kieran, but I see lots investing and relying on Haaland. He will not have as easy this season. I am prepared to go against him and get more for my bucks. No, Russell, and he says, "Oh, you cannot get you can't get you can get a discount for me and you, for you and me, Avinda. That was brilliant." So, come down list a bit, Russell.
You are sorry?
Right, so Maddison, Trossard. Sorry, Madison's the last one at 7.5.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at that one page, Maddison, Mount, Sterling, all very interesting. All very interesting people to look at. I mean, like I said, the Chelsea players are coming through now. Mount's going to be at Man United. Could be a start at 60 million. You'd expect. Yeah, he could be really good purchase, maybe. And then you've got, I mean, the Mount thing, how does that affect Fernandes?
I don't think he's going to. I don't think you. If you're Eric Ten Hag, you don't drop Bruno Fernandes, do you? But saying that, Mount's stats for creating chances, assists and stuff at Chelsea, you were first for everything.
But I'm more thinking, what about positionally on the pitch? Does signing Mason Mount mean that Fernandes drops back further?
More defensive.
Well, more like a deep lying playmaker.
Possibly.
Because Mason Mount's traditionally an attacking midfielder, isn't he? Does Mason Mount go on the wing? Is he an inside forward? Could be interesting. That could affect Fernandes. Everyone's looking at Fernandes with his price right now. On penalties, 8.5 million. But will Mason Mount mess that up?
Vinda, mate, I were only joking, mate, about asking for a discount for me. I were only pulling you like, you don't have to speak to your manager about asking if I can have a discount, mate. I were only joking with you. I will. I have to speak to the manager.
But I wasn't joking about. Mate. I wasn't joking about prize money for your prizes.
I have an invite to Russell and Madison's wedding. He tried to keep it quiet, but it is on the 29th of July at Lincoln Registry Office.
I tell you what, I presume she's picking up that quite like Maddison at 7.5 million. He will be heavily backed. I think a lot of people look at him going, I like the look of that. Just also on a side note, as frustrating as Leeds are right now, Lincoln are doing some cracky business. They're going to be dark horses in that League One, I tell you. There might be a chance that Lincoln could play in Leeds next year, the year after, which would be highly embarrassing.
Avinda's asking, are you married, Russell?
No. 20 years, no marriage. And no plans
she's
either.
Got more sense.
And also I'm tight.
Mrs. Russell's got more sense.
You wouldn't be surprised to hear I'm very tight with money. I am not paying for a wedding. She can be happy with a Haribo ring, and that's as far as it goes.
Pricey suggestions. A box of chocolates for winner of Inda.
£100 cash. Don't think of it. Just listen to Uncle Russell. £100 cash. Easy as that. There's no thinking in that.
New signing for Liverpool, Stobicia, 7 million.
Yeah, I don't know enough about him right now, to be honest with you.
Neither do I, but I think they paid quite a bit of money for him, didn't they?
Yeah, he's meant to be a good box-to-box midfielder. Could be a dark horse. He's one of those players where you think plays for Liverpool, could do well. Don't know enough about him, but he could be a really good signing. We just don't know.
Anthony, he disappointed me last season, did Anthony at Man United? I thought when he come, go on, mate.
See, Sancho's an odd one. Sancho was signed for what, 90 million? Something stupid. Could you have someone like Sancho who no one's really talking about? Could he become a starter? He's always someone I think of and go, surely Sancho's going to come good at some point. He could be players like that who no one looks at in the pre-season or before. It could be a really good might be a little bargain.
Very true. Very true. Then you've got Kulusevski at 7. Richarlison. Richarlison's disappointing.
He is, and he's another odd one. I think he's a good player, but again, if you look at Spurs' options up front, you've got Kane, Son, Kulusevski, Maddison. It's the rotation. It's the rotation risk. That's the problem. But 7 million. I bet if he was priced at 6, you'd have a lot more interest. A lot of people probably go, he might be worth a point. 7 million is an awkward price point for me for Richarlison.
Kieran says, Stu, once I win a disabled team league, I'm expecting a Ferrari, to be honest. Kieran, when I was 16 years of age, I expected to have a blonde-haired wife, but we can all wish, can't we? We can all, lower your expectations, mate.
I'm getting a grey-haired one. Yeah. The nearest you're going to get, Kieran's a Skoda, because you'll come bottom.
Do you know them Skoda them Skodas now were pretty decent cars?
Yeah, they are actually. Yeah, back in the day when I was younger, it was like Skodas were like the embarrassing thing, weren't they? Skodas.
No, Skodas were a mobile skip on wheels. Your Lada Samaras were a skip on wheels because it always broke down.
Yeah.
Sweets and chocolate boxes sounds good. The new lad from Liverpool may need a second half of a season as punt. Needs time to settle. Yeah, you're probably spot on, Harmonie. A lot of players find it difficult going into Premier League in the first season.
Or we could hit the full running. Take my advice. There'll be players we've spoke about already, and I guarantee you this. It happens every year. And we'll go, why didn't I sign him? It was obvious. Or why did no one look at him and really go for him? There's always a couple of players, and they'll do start off really well. You're like, why didn't I sign that player? It happens every year to me. Every year there'll be someone I'm like, Someone like him will be a complete dark horse, and he'll be a bandwagon, really. And everyone will be like, I want him.
Gerard Bowen, 7 million, guaranteed starter for West Ham. Started to pick up form again as it went into the second half of the season. Bowen could be a dark horse this season.
Yeah, 7 million, awkward price, but depending who you sign, you could sneak him in.
What about Anguamo for Brentford?
Good play, yeah.
Ivan Toney's not there, is he?
Yeah, he could fall under our out position players. Probably as a forward on penalties. Could be. I think. Let's have a look at his ownership. I bet he's highly owned. 25.4%. So people obviously thinking forward midfielder.
Yeah, you keep at it, Avinda, mate. That's what we're doing. I like Russell. Avinda likes you, Russell.
Thank you. I tried my best.
Avinda says a Mini Cooper. Corgi. It's got to be a Corgi in a box, Avinda, a Mini Cooper.
I think Kieran's a bit jealous. You get a bit jealous in the comments.
I like Russell. Is Russell holding a gun at your head and forcing you to type, Avinda?
I'm bribing him, really.
Morgan Gibbs-White from Forest is a decent price. I see him doing well.
Have we got to him yet? Oh, he's on the other page, you think?
Yeah, I think he's on the other page. Kulu Richarlison, for $1 million less. Yeah. Yeah, Harmonie. I can see him having a good season, Bowen. What about Gross, March and Matoma? What about the Brighton players this season, Russell?
Maybe because they're losing McAllister. Well, they've lost McAllister and Casido's going. For some reason, the only one I'm looking at, but I think March actually did well in Matoma. Matoma's the only one I'd really be looking at. But again, that could be my mind playing tricks on me because Marsh and Gross actually do really well with the points, but you always kind of attracted to Matoma more because he seems more exciting. Gross and March seem a bit more dull, even though they do well.
And don't forget, they lost Trossard, and everyone thought that were going to be Brighton's season finished. Brighton season finished when they lost Trossard in January, but they got when they lost Graham Potter, everyone thought that Brighton were going to collapse, but they didn't. They went on to have a better second half.
Yeah.
And the recruitment's really good. It's been proven it passed. Yeah, I like Morgan Gibbs-White, Harmonie. I think he's a good player.
I think he's on the next page. We'll have a look at one of the next one.
Mudryk, 6.5 million for Chelsea.
Now, these two are interesting. Mudryk and Eze. Now, Mudryk's £100 million. Was he? Well, how much did he cost? Like 80 something. He's a really expensive player. And the few bits I saw of Mudryk was he was fast. He looked good. Under the right team, Mudryk could be a good little player. Eze's gone up $1 million, but you got to remember, Elise is injured now for 3 months, I believe. So Eze could be their main man if Zaha leaves as well. So you're looking at Eze as possibly the star man for Palace. So could be a bargain at 6.5.
Kieran says Forest have rubbish fixtures at the start of the season, though, but game week 6 onwards, they look good.
Yeah, that's true.
Underdogs Bournemouth, 85 million for Mudryk, with the sound of it. £85 million for him.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
So again, he was underused last season, but like I say, Chelsea could be very good fixtures. I think Chelsea could be a good little team this year.
Right, this is next page. Bernardo Silva, 6.5. Almiron, 6.5. Liam's favourite.
Yeah, he's gone up in price, hasn't he? Yeah, he's gone up $1 million.
Xhaka won't be an Arsenal player.
Oh no, he's gone up $1.5 million. Wow, Million's got 1.5. Yeah, Xhaka won't. People like Bundia, that's annoying because he's a good player, but some fantasy football. I had him at the start of last year, I think, and didn't really happen with him. Coutinho, no.
Tillemans, 6 million.
Not for me. I think he'll be a bit deeper. So I don't think it'll be someone I'll be looking at. I think 6 million is quite pricey as well.
Jacob Ramsey, I thought Jacob Ramsey did all right last season. 6 million.
Yeah, he's gone up in price, hasn't he, quite a bit?
There's Elise, speaking about Elise, 6 million. Tell him, Lee, go tell him to stop swearing, please.
Okay.
Right, McAllister, 6 million. What about McAllister, Russell, 6 million? Do you think he's going to be more defensive at Liverpool?
I don't know, but he's not going to be on penalties. He is actually quite a good attacking midfielder. It's whether they play him as an attacking midfielder. If he's an attacking midfielder for Liverpool in that team, it could be a very interesting option. To be honest with you.
Kieran, bench option were decent enough to fill in. If a player doesn't start, I think value is all I am considering whilst in construction stage. Harmonie's got the hard hat out and everything. Yeah, we've all joined you, Avinda, don't you worry. Right, Inky 1919. How many teams were there last season? Were it 15 million? 15 million teams last season, I believe. Inky, they made a big thing about it. They said there were about 15 million players. In our league, we had 20, and probably six of them didn't end the season. So that were 14. I bet you're looking at something like about 70% end the season. 30% give up.
Yeah, a lot of people will give up. But I'm expecting the volume of people to be still active in our league because we've got quite a core team of players. So I'm expecting it to be quite a lot of people still playing it for quite a while.
Lee, Stu, Russell, Harmonie, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Avinda, mate. Take care. Get some sleep, mate. In our league, 12, I guess, overall, 11.5 mil.
See you later, Vinda. Get that money put aside for your prize money.
You know what his £100 is, don't you?
In my back pocket?
In our money, it equivals to £1. So £100 is 100 pence to Avinda.
What do you mean?
So it's £1. That's going to be prize for winner, £1.
100p. Oh, yeah, I get it. Oh, he meant this league. Yeah, so Harmonie's answered that. Yeah.
Russell will pack him when he's 53rd in our league out of 54.
Nah, I never give up. The thing with me, I'll never give up. Even if I'm having a bad season, I'll never give up. I'll always be trying to find a way to kind of claw it back.
Right, so next ones I want you to look at Russell. Ericsson, Bruno Guimaraes, Jolin and St. Maximin, Morgan Gibbs-White, all 6 million.
Yep, some good players in that. Long Gibbs-White, could be a bit of interest in him. 6 million. How much was he like? I think it was 5.5 last year. Yeah, 5.5, so gone up more. Could be a good option. Again, I mean, you've got Johnson and Gibbs-White. I mean, he's traditionally a winger, so you could argue he's out of position on this. So he could be an interesting option.
What about Bruno Guimaraes for Newcastle?
Not for me personally. They've signed this new Italian guy, so I don't know if the Italian guy is more of a defensive midfielder, which will allow him to be further forward, Bruno Guimaraes. But for me, I don't know if he's a good fantasy asset. And at 6 million, I think there's better options out there.
Right, now it's my West Ham plays Ben Rama. He's frustrated. It's Ben Rama for 6 million.
I think he's brilliant.
He can be
personally.
good, but
yeah.
Well, you like
really
Ben Rama?
Yeah, I've always liked Ben Rama.
Lucas Paqueta.
Probably not for me personally, I think.
Rumour is, I mean, I don't know how true the rumours are. I don't know how strong they are, but apparently PSG are looking at him.
Yeah. Always okay. They don't need to sell him.
Luis Enrique's new manager there now, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And then you've got for 5.5 million, Fabio Vieira. I think he's a good player, but not ready. You won't see much of him in Premier League this season. I don't think he's quite ready to step up to for what Arsenal are trying to achieve. Then you've got Chirino and Smith Rowe's a bit of an interesting one, Russell. I think he could do with a loan move.
Yeah, he was quite a good option a while ago, but he's the season when Leeds avoided relegation, he was quite a good little asset for me. But he's a good price. It's just whether or not he'll get regular game time because they're quite strong now in those positions, aren't they? Most of the teams, if you put him in like a Brighton, I can imagine him being a Brighton player, Smith, right? I can imagine him going there and doing well somewhere there, but I just don't know if he's going to crack into the Arsenal team. But he's a good price. If he was playing regularly, he'd be a really good buy.
Kieran says the TDT League will also give people who are newer to the game more motivation to keep playing. I hope so, Kieran.
We're welcoming. We want to welcome new players who can ask people in the comments or ourselves how to play it. It's got to be, but people like Inky and the new people it's quite confusing, isn't it, to start with? So
Top tip: don't use your chips hastily. Don't use them chips hastily. I'll do a video on all the chips and what they're about.
That's a good idea.
I'll do that as a pre-recorded one, Inky. I know you don't like watching pre-recorded, but I'll explain what chips are. And I made a mistake by using my chip in game week 1 because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, don't use your chips with fish.
Lee knocked Russell out with his chips. That's how he won the League Cup.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that fish and chips. It was annoying. Yeah, you got all these chips on, put salt and vinegar on it.
Yeah, I didn't mean in this league. Yep, great, that one as well. Billing, Tavernier. I thought Billing played well last season for Bournemouth.
Who, sorry?
Billing for Bournemouth.
Yeah, good. Yeah, but again, you got to remember they got a new manager now. So
yeah, manager Leeds wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
We were linked to him at midday. He signed for Bournemouth at 3 o'clock that same afternoon.
Power of the Premiership.
Oh, yeah. True. Douglas Luiz, again, do any of them fancy Russell?
They're not really. They're more defensive midfielders, aren't they? I mean, Aston Villa would be a quite interesting team next season. It'd be interesting to see if they can replicate this season or not, because they'll be in Europe as well.
They're in that Conference League, aren't they?
Intertoto Cup, yeah.
If you ask any West Ham fan, they'll tell you it's a European trophy.
Yeah, I know. I've been hearing that from my mate endlessly. It's a European trophy, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Intertoto Cup.
They went through all that competition without losing a single game.
We won the UEFA Cup twice now.
It's going to be interesting to see Liverpool how they're going to tackle the Europa League.
Yeah, we could make a difference in fantasy football.
Could do. Then we've got the Brentford players: Janssen, Norgard, and is he a new player? Shahand.
Yeah, he's. I've gone down a few other pages now. I'm on page. While you guys have been chatting, I've just started to kind of look through other players. Where are we? Shardy, that's on it. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a bit more attacking actually. I think he's an out of position player. Yeah, I thought he was more of a kind of forward, so he might be an interesting one. Yeah.
And then you've got NCO from Brighton.
Yeah, he could be a good option for
you. Benson. I'm just waiting to see if we can find edges. But you've got Benson from Burnley at 5.5.
Yeah.
You've got Gallagher, Mudry, Maduk from Chelsea at 5.5. You've got Pulisic at Chelsea, 5.5. You've got Ziyech. In Ziyech, and Ziyech come.
No, he was. I think he got some sort of injury, so he didn't get his move. There is rumours that Pulisic and Ziyech are probably expendable because obviously Chelsea now are starting to sell loads of players after signing loads of players. So they're kind of. Yeah. I think you're going to find Chelsea's starting team is going to be so much more different to what last year's looked like, if you see what I'm saying, because they're really kind of refining their team now. They're getting rid of all the excess. So.
Gibbs White and Archer Villa both scored in England 21's 3-0 win in semi-final game. Gibbs White missed a penalty too.
Yeah, I think we're playing Spain in the final.
Well, they got to the final, haven't they? That's good.
Couple of prizes. Let's go. Leo, probably Germany's finished. Avinda. Right. Decore, Gray, Iwobi, McNeil, all Everton players. 5.5 mil.
Yeah. Okay, they'll be taking punts on them. I can't see many people signing those players. Gray could be. Gray could. I like Gray personally. I really rate Gray, but doesn't seem to get many games. Strangely, but I think he's a good player.
I mean, I don't know how true it is, but apparently, Saudi Arabia were looking at Gray.
What, the national team?
No, their league, one of like.
Yeah, I was joking. Yeah. I mean, Gray, he's a good player. I like him personally. I think he's quite a good little winger, but he doesn't really seem to have clicked at Everton. He doesn't seem to get the game time, which I find confusing.
Andreas 5.5, wanted 4.5 last season.
Yeah, again, like I say, last season a bit of a bargain. So,
Bobby Decover-Reid, Callum Wilson, all 5.5 from Fulham. Rodrigo, Manchester City midfielder, 5.5.
Defensive midfielder, though.
Yeah. Casemiro, 5.5.
Yeah.
Good on set pieces.
Not
from headers and stuff, from corners.
Yeah.
Good in that, should I say. Gordon, Tanelli, and Willox, Willock, all at Newcastle, 5.5. Danilo, Forest, 5.5. Bentancur, Højbjerg's supposed to be leaving Tottenham, 5.5 each. Maxwell Cornet gets caught off more times than a flake in an ice cream, 5.5. Declan Rice, 5.5. That's interesting, isn't it? £105 million player, and it's 5.5 million.
Defensive midfielder. It isn't good for fantasy football.
No, it's not. It's not. And then you've got your Wolves players, Goodez, Hechan, Neto, Pedance, all 5.5. I think Thomas Partey's leaving Arsenal, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, Pepe's an unusual one. 5 million Pepe. I mean, he was signed for £72 million. No, was it 72? Yeah, 72 million. He was brilliant.
What though, can he?
Yeah. Can get nowhere near the team now. Doesn't even get. Yeah, he's been completely ostracised, hasn't he? Podence is an interesting player. I always like Podence. When I see Podence, for some reason, I think he's a nippy little player. But again, he's just not. How can I put it? He's not. He doesn't get picked a lot. He's kind of in and out. But I do like him. He's a nippy little player.
What about Neto?
Yeah, Neto, again on his day, Neto can be brilliant. He was the player everyone was signing last season at the start of the season, but got injured. So quite injury prone.
Don't forget Armani, she wrote Kieran as well. They won't forget Ravinda. Yes, Inky party on. Oh, here we go. Sorry. just to be clear, I can swap and change my team up to 2 hours before kickoff on the 11th of August. Yep, you can, Inky, definitely. Yes, Inky, party on. And I won't have any transfer penalties. No, not one. Not one. Right. Did you want me to go on to the strikers page, Russ?
No, you still got more of the midfielders to look through. What we'll do is we don't have to go through every player because we're going to do videos on this, but we'll just quickly go through the midfielders still because we've still got 4 or 5 pages. But we'll just skim through. Yeah, we can just skim through them, and rather than speak about every one, we can just skim through them and see if any stand out. If you see what I'm saying. So you need to go down to page 4, I think. You're on page 3 right now, I believe. Oh, no, you're on page 4. Okay. So is there anyone on page 4 really stands out you like the look of? Clivert, possibly for Bournemouth. Anything else you like the look of?
Brentford.
Okay. So he could be an option for you. Lewis Potter, could it be his breakthrough season? Good little player for Brentford. I'm not sure on a lot of these Brighton midfielders. I don't know who Adringa is, but the dangerous thing with these Brighton midfielders, you don't know who they are, but Brighton's so good at recruiting. Some of them could be absolute gems.
Caicedo.
You got James Milner, even though he'd be more defensive midfielder. That's just Leeds connection. Dahoud, I don't know if he's any good. But again, these could be unwritten players. You could have some bargains in that lot. So we'll have a look at page 5. We'll scan down 5 there, Stu. Let's have a look. Is anything that stands out for you? Any players that you like the look of, anyone? Dele Alli, 5 million. Remember Dele Alli? Who, sorry?
Enzo, 5 million.
Yeah. There you go. He could be a bargain.
Hudson-Odoi, depends on if he gets a move to a Premier League club or not, or if he goes abroad.
Oh, okay then. So Kieran's saying Samuel Adringa was amazing for Union in Berlin last season. He was out on loan and got 20 goal assists. Could be rated with Mateo. Oh, interesting. That's what I mean. Brighton might have a few players you were kind of going, ooh, but they could be absolute steals. In Belgium, not Berlin. Rodrigo, Sitter, Clivert, Borg could be very decent. I don't know about Rodrigo, though. He is a defensive midfielder. I thought you meant Rodrigo of Leeds. Clivert, yeah, he could be interesting. Interesting for Burnley. Who else we got on this list? Are we on page 5? Or Enzo? Let's have a flip through, because I'm flipping through on my side as well. So you look at these Luton players, 5 million for their midfielders. Kovacic is 5 million. Kovacic. Yeah, he might be worth looking at. I don't know. Jordan Abe, yeah. He went tits up, didn't he? Is someone like Palmer from Man City? Is he going to start getting a sniff? So you're on the next page. Garnacho. He could be a good little player. 5 million. Who else we got? Sander Berg. Not bad, but then again, he's more box to box. I do rate him as a player. And then you got who? Sorry,
Consumer at Tottenham.
Yeah, he's more defensive midfield though, isn't he? Oh wait, are you on the other page now? You've gone across to another one. I think you're on page 7.
I'm on Byron, the Consumer, the Celso skip. Let's get through some of these comments. So I don't rate Clivert. He's just a Dutch Jordan. If Palmer gets a Premier loan, he could be brilliant. That's like Casey Palmer, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a good player actually. Yeah, he could be a little bargain somewhere. See, there's a lot of these Brighton midfielders. I'm in the 4.5 bit, and I'm looking at them going, I don't actually know half of these players, but could they be little stars? They could be little gems. You don't know because Brighton's so good at recruiting. In fact, I don't even know half these Burnley players either. Could be some little gems at these. Could be some little gems, you know. These 4.5 million. There's always someone that comes through. It's just about finding them.
See, the Luton players, I can't give anyone any advice on. The Man City players, I think they're all. You won't see much of them, will you?
Yeah, there could be a couple of little players in this lot, you know. Could be some little gems in these players. You never know. There could be. I guarantee you there'll be a couple of players in the 4.5 million where you're like, they could end up being all right. I mean, look at Nikola Vasic. He was a big player for West Ham. 4.5 million. He's a forward, isn't he? But he's actually playing 4.5 million midfielder.
He's on loan in here. Is it?
Yeah, but he doesn't say he's on loan. Yeah, who knows? You could have Renaissance, something like that. 4.5 million, though. That's, you know, someone like him. Who knows? If he all of a sudden becomes like an invoked player, they decide they wouldn't mind playing him. You're looking at a £4.5 million forward, possibly.
And then page 9 of 9's all Wolves players.
Yeah, so there you go. Well, we've had a quick browse. Well, took a while, but we got there in the end. Let's have a quick look through the forwards then. This will be interesting.
Somebody should be 50 pence like Madison.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm chucking.
Right, so do you want me to go through attackers?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Forwards, here we go. Right, 14 million. So we know who first one on the list is, don't we? I never would have guessed Erling Haaland. Never would have guessed that. But look at the jump from Erling Haaland to Kane.
Yeah, 12, it's a lot of money. Yeah, it's a lot of money. The good news with this is there's only 3 pages of this, so we should be able to kind of pick out the best players or the ones we're looking at on this.
See, Gabriel Jesus. I mean, I know he got injured, but I thought he had a poor season. To say it start he had, I thought he.
Well, I signed it.
Poorly.
Well, he was injured a bit, but he started the season well. I mean, I had him at the start of the season. I actually signed him on the last game day, actually, and he got me 12 points. So I don't know who else Arsenal have up front. Maybe Havertz. Maybe he'll start. But I think there is a risk of rotation with Arsenal because we're in the Champions League. No forward options at 8.5 to 12 is crazy. Is it not 8.5 to 12? Oh, yeah. It goes straight from Kane to 8 million Jesus. Yeah, that's true. It's crazy. Gakpo's a bit frustrated being a forward. Lukaku, look at that. 7 million Lukaku. Only if he was a regular starter. He could probably go back to Inter Milan, but he could be brilliant.
I remember when Aubameyang went to Arsenal when he first turned up. He hit the ground running at Arsenal. Didn't go out at Chelsea.
No,
Alvarez is interesting at Man City.
Who, sorry?
Alvarez.
6.5. Again, it's that Man City thing, isn't it?
Martial,
Ferguson,
6.5.
Injury prone. Ferguson, 6 million. Yes. Calvert-Lewin, 6 million. But again, injury prone. But if he weren't injury prone, Calvert-Lewin's a good option. But he's very injury prone. He's like Bamford, isn't he?
And I don't think, I don't think I'd go for likes of Antonio Ings or Schumacher, if I'm honest.
Pedro's an interesting one at Brighton. Yeah, midfield. He's a forward, but he was pretty good at what he was a good player. He could be maybe an option.
Then you've got Rodriguez and Weghorst at Burnley.
Yeah, Weghorst. Is Weghorst back at Burnley? Is he? Oh yeah.
I'm assuming
he was
so.
on loan,
We were on
wasn't he?
season on loan, wasn't he?
Well, maybe he'll be an option for them now. Back. I don't know. Or maybe not. I don't know if they're going to be playing with a target man.
Edward, Crystal Palace, 5.5.
Yeah. Morris is an interesting one. He's an interesting little player for me, for Luton. And Dye, Sheffield United, could be a bargain. You might have a few of these little bargain players. Yeah, I mean, Brighton are an odd one. I can't figure out, looking at their players, I'm like, God, who do you pick out of those lot? So, but yeah, Pedro's a good player. He's a good player. Brozier, Chelsea.
I'd love to have him at Leeds on loan, Brozier.
Yeah, good player. Adebayo, Luton. He looks pretty good when he was there. Or not when he was there. Bagaloon, he's been fine out in France. Could he get a loan to a Premiership team, be a starter? Archie did well on loan. But a lot of these players where you look at them like Archie and Bagaloon, if they got loans to other Premiership smaller clubs, they could be a bargain players, for your fantasy team. Did like Jefferson. I never saw Jefferson play. I quite like the look of him. He never really gets many starts.
I wonder if we're going to see a bit more of Sims at Everton. He's a young lad forward. Made his, broke into the team a bit last season, given his opportunities. McAtee, it was Sims who scored against Chelsea at the end of the season.
Evinder. Can't see anyone join my league yet. Don't worry, Evinder. Evinder, you do realise, like I said earlier, you could basically roll your league into this league because all the same players are going to be in there. You literally would be the same league. You could literally just go, well, we'll see. Count this as your league. We could have 2 leagues into one.
Makes sense.
Well, it makes sense, Evinder. Think about it. Everyone's going to join your league. Are they? They're just going to be people in this league, aren't they? I think I'm thinking right here, aren't I? There's going to be no difference.
No, Russell, my rules.
It's hilarious.
Well, that's all you attackers looked at as well, mate.
Any that stand out for you?
Not at 4.5, not really. Like I said, Sims maybe as a bench option. I don't know a lot about the Luton players, Russell. I'd love to get a Luton player on my bench. I don't know which one's going to start over them all.
You'll have to do a bit of a digging around, see if they're worth it. What happens if a Prem player is loaned out to a Championship team? Are they removed from the list? No, they'll just have a little red flag next to them, Inky, where you won't be able to bring them into your team. They'll just have a little red flag.
Yeah, because I remember Lisosa, he went to Bayern Munich, didn't he, from Man City in January, and he was still left on.
Cancelo. Yeah,
Cancelo,
so he was just red. Yeah.
Don't forget,
So yeah,
they won't forget Julie. Don't worry about it, Russell. We'll get it sorted.
It's going to be. I'm quite looking forward to doing the draft team because, like I say, I've not actually done anything apart from going through it with you now. So, it's going to be. I'm going to look for. I'm not going to do it tonight. I've got plenty of time. There's no rush, so I'm going to take the time when I get time to kind of go through it properly. But it's been interesting going through it with you guys and talking about it. Surridge at 4.4 is a shot from the last for Forest. So it's going to be interesting. But we'll do a video. The next 3 videos are going to be goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, and attackers. So even though we've done quite a bit tonight, we'll have to kind of just go through those specifically. I think we fell into a trap then, Stu. We was kind of going through all the midfielders, and I was thinking, we've got to do that in another video. Let's not go through them now.
Well, what we'll do is when we look at the midfielders, I will try and see what we'll try and pick out some suitable ones.
Okay.
And we'll ones that we think are premium. Well, we'll have a look. So how are we going to do it, Russell? Are we going to do the premium defenders first and with goalkeepers?
No,
and
just
then
do.
do
Just go.
another round?
We'll literally just do what we did with mid. We'll just like what we'll do is when we're on goalkeepers, we'll just go for the goalkeepers who think we're going to be popular, who's going to be a good option. Any bargains? Just do the same with defenders and the midfielders. Don't think too much. We'll just go through each of them as sections. I think we might have to do a little bit of research for out of position players because when we're going through it, I should have really jotted some down as we was talking, but I didn't because we're going to have to kind of probably go through all of them just to figure out, are they out of position? So we're probably just going to have to go through who we think could be out of position players. But then we'll have a chat off screen and kind of figure out like the information and format, what to do. But it's exciting. Fantasy football's up and running. I'm looking forward to kind of not when I'm not on screen in my own time, when I've got some spare time, just kind of starting to put some teams together.
Yeah, I'm looking
forward to
that as well.
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah,
I am, and the good thing is, Russell, we've got that little. I mean, the season will be fast upon us, but we've got that little bit of time to do some drafts. So that that'll keep that'll. I think knowing you how you do your drafts, you'll have about 30.
Well, yeah, but I need to kind of find the time to do it because obviously this is time consuming being on there, isn't it? So between work, this and my other bits, I'm gonna have to really engineer some time to kind of just not everything me just get it on with myself. I mean, but at the end of the day, if you want to do a draft video and everyone wants to put their drafts in the comments and you do drafts, do one. We can do a drafts video if you want to. It's just I won't be putting my team in because I'm going to keep mine under wraps until it's released. So you can do a drafts video if you want. You don't need me to have to do one. You can do one. You can all do one. If you've got draft teams you want to show, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, definitely. We'll
That's up to you.
Well, like I said, next week I've got decorator out, so my laptop and everything I'll have to be put well away until because I've got them doing me hallway, my kitchen, my living room, and my bedroom.
So what are you saying? You can't do videos next week then?
No, I'll be able to do videos on a night time. I can't see decorators stopping till God knows. I can't see him stopping till 8 o'clock at night or out like that.
Okay.
They normally go by about 6, don't they?
Yeah, we won't be doing our streams until about 8 onwards anyway.
So we'll be fine. We'll be absolutely fine. The only thing I might not have is my green screen behind me for some. I might have to do it in the living room.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, what we'll do is we'll do goalkeepers tomorrow and have a look, just a quick look through goalkeepers. I think more tonight, in theory, would have been more like a skim through.
What day is it today? Wednesday.
Yeah.
So Thursday goalkeepers, Friday defenders, Saturday midfielders, Sunday attackers. They're not the decorators that coming out till the following that Wednesday.
Yeah, so Monday onwards, then we can start looking at formations, out of position, things like that.
So the formations.
But again, these be. Yeah, you'd be looking at an hour tops maybe for each one. What time tomorrow?
Yeah,
Probably...
Look. As long as I've got room to set up my laptop with it on, I'm happy.
Yeah. We're probably looking at about 8 o'clock again. So
if you're happy with that time, I'm happy with that time.
Yeah, Saturday I've got something on. Yeah, Saturday I have got something on. I should be fine. I'll let you know. But we'll probably be aiming at like 8 o'clock each one. But that quite nicely ties in up till Sunday because the fresh week starts from Monday. So up until Sunday, it's going to be about players in specific sections, and then we'll go into the more videos about the other things we mentioned like formations, our player positions, premium players, hidden gems. So yeah, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. Yeah, let me join the Vinders League before his head explodes. I do want to say, Avinda, I love the enthusiasm. I love the fact you're doing it, but this league feels like I'm joining the league we're already doing. So I've got a funny feeling it's going to be all the same players.
So
That's my. You are sorry.
I want to join a new league. Is it a public league or is it an invitational league?
Invitational, you'll put.
Right. League code FW1 DOC.
I think that's in it. I think I'm pretty sure I joined though.
Yep, I've joined as well. There you go, mate. There you go, Avinda, bless you. Do you know something? I love his enthusiasm, I do. Do you know, though? He texts Scylla. He'll text Scylla. Is there a live stream? Yes or no? And he was texting about 3 or 4 times, you know.
Is it called Amazingly Competitive? Is that what it's called?
Yep, Amazingly Competitive.
That's a great title.
TDT, choose Captain Kane. Oh, you've gone choose Captain Kane captain.
Choose Kane captain. Yeah.
Ninja Team All Stars of Inda.
I'm trying to think. I might edit my that's basically because I won this other league and this guy can't let it go. I'm hoping that's a title that will kind of piss him off. Choose Kane captain. Yeah, that's purely for my own shits and giggles.
Right, I'm getting confused with where I am because of all of Vinder's messages. I read that one out, didn't I? Sturridge 4.5 is a shot for the last bench option. Been a fair bit of swapping with the mids and strikers, cheaper options this season too. Prizes, let's go trophy as well. Good man. Russell is fishing for your ideas, Stu. Keep them in your bedside cabinet. Russells are in a big safe. Amani, my lovely, I don't mind sharing my intel with you guys out there. I am here to help you. Russell's got the sign around him saying advice, guidance, help and support. Nowhere on that sign does it say being generous.
I think that sign is right to be right next to me. I'm all about advice. I'm all about help. I'm all about guidance. And you always know you've got my support.
What time tomorrow, Inky? 8 o'clock. Is that all right with you, Russell, tomorrow?
Yeah, I can't see up until the Saturday. I can't really see. Yeah, 8 o'clock should be. We should probably just keep it around. But they won't be as long. This is, God, we're almost pushing 3 hours.
I know, we've gone mad.
Yeah. Because I think we fell into the trap of going through every player. But what we'll do is we'll keep the videos will probably be a lot more quicker. And if we think of ideas for videos, me and Stu are kind of messaging each other. So you might find, I think we've got 8 so far. So, but we'll keep them to more specifics. They're not going to be about the whole thing. It's going to be just specific subjects. Or we'll try not to drift into other things.
If you guys who are watching have got any suggestions, what you'd like to do or see us do, leave comment. You know how to get hold of me. Leave disabled2myhour.com, which, to be honest, the best way to get hold of me is by leaving a comment in videos. It's very rare I look up the emails, but I do respond to comments when I get left them in the.
But you are doing a how can we put it, a guide to how to play fantasy football, are you?
I am.
Yeah,
I am, and I'm hoping to have that out by no later than just say 2 weeks, because it gives me a bit longer with Decorator.
Yeah, and like you say, just keep it.
By about 25th of July, there'll be a video out, and I was going to do it all in one hit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide it. So rules, chips, and and stuff like that, and how the point scoring works. Because
Yeah,
I
just keep
were
it
always
as simple as
fascinated with
possible.
how points. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're always fascinated by how the points worked. How did they come up with these points and stuff? So I think it'd be interesting for people to know how they do the point scoring.
That'll be good for people like Inky and that. Anyone that's
Yeah,
new
definitely.
to our league. So I'd also suggest you that when we're let's look how we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in already. So that's good. So I would suggest that we probably get a banner starting to advertise your the league from tomorrow. We've got to do a poll as well, haven't we? Remember the poll? Each video we'll do a little poll.
Each video we'll do a poll, yeah.
So we'll have to think of ideas for each one for do a poll, but we'll also get your little banner with a code.
I've got a question now. There we go. I've put a poll question in already.
I'm going to put no. That was me, by the way, that said no. If everyone's like, who said no? I did it as a joke.
So there you go. But we will have a poll question in nearly we have at least one question a stream for you all to get involved in. I know some people don't like the poll questions, but some people do.
Yeah, well, we'll do it. If you don't have to answer it, do you?
No, you just have to. All you got to do is dismiss the poll.
Oh, see, this is it. Inky's point. I have absolutely no idea how the points are worked out for and what chips to do. So Stu will explain the chips to you, but in simple terms, if you've got a defender and they keep a clean sheet, that's good. If they get an assist, that's very nice. If they get a defender gets a goal, lovely. Midfielders, you get a clean sheet point. But if you've got a midfielder who's attacking, gets you goals, that's good. Assists, that good. And then forwards, you just want goals and assists. So in simple terms, as I explained to these guys last year, when you're looking at defenders, go for attacking defenders. If you're looking at midfielders, go for attacking midfielders. If you're looking for forwards, obviously they're going to be attacking anyway. Don't look at people like Rodrigo, Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice. These are good footballers, crap fantasy footballers. So just think attack, attack, attack.
And if your striker misses a penalty, they get a point, but they get a penalty deduction.
And obviously, if they get red cards, yellow cards, they get points taken off them. Think of it like I explained it to you last time. It's like a chess game. The pieces are always moving. You got to be thinking ahead. It's very. It looks quite daunting, but you will get used to it quite quickly. Take my advice, you'll be fine. Once you get into it, all of a sudden it'll click. You'll get it. You've just got to stick with it.
Inky, I mean this in the most utmost respect I can ever say. If Lee can get it without any help from me, he picked his own team, his own players, his own chips. If Lee can pick it up within, a season properly, and I'd like to think anybody else has got half a chance.
Yeah. Well, like I say, Stu,
and I meant that
and
I meant that as the most the most respectful way I could say it. That was not saying anything bad. It was just, you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. If Lee can get it, you can definitely get it.
I mean, that's what Stu. You struggle. You thought you was going to struggle with it, weren't you? You got used to it quick.
Well, yeah. First, I mean, I used to chip it first week, so I didn't have a clue what I were doing.
Took me a while to get used to it, but you'll be fine. Rodrigo defending. Yeah, come on, Harmonie. Come on. Rodrigo's not really a good fantasy football player, is he? Come on. Stick away from your Rodrigo, Zinky. Listen to me. I'll give you the good advice, mate.
It will all become obvious. It will become obvious. Rodrigo did fairly well in the FPL last season.
It was almost as obvious as Leeds getting relegated.
Lee, how easy is FPL to play?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, easier.
There you go. So,
Hey, Stu, do you remember that you were asking me how to change formations? Remember that? How do I change formation on the players?
No. Didn't have a clue.
Yeah, but that's something you'll have to put in, because obviously someone like Inky, that would be quite confusing, because you go, well, how do I change the team? Because it is quite, if you think about it, it is confusing, isn't it? Really? Because you'd think you'd have like a little button saying 4-4-2, 3-4. You know, you think it, but what you do is obviously it depends on your players you pick, doesn't it? You know what I'm saying? So if you pick 5 midfielders, you'll be playing 5 midfielders and 3 defenders, and then 2 forwards. That's 3-5-2. But if you want to play 4-4-2, you'd have to bring a defender off the bench for a midfielder, and then it changes it all around, doesn't it? So, yeah.
So what you're saying then, Russell, is each section, like the chips, the formation, do it all on separate individual videos rather than an entire
I think your idea was good.
Video.
Just keep it simple, and if you want to break it into little bite sizes, you can do that. You could call it bite size, Stu's bite size idiot's guide to fantasy football.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Written by Stu.
Yeah, or bite size.
Remember them idiots' guides to Microsoft Windows and stuff.
That's what I'm on about. Yeah, that's why I said
I might nick one of them and change words on it.
Yeah, that's why I said it, idiot's guide. Not in a horrible way, but they used to be called the idiot's guide. Basically, in the sense of, if you don't really understand it, but it's simple, make it simple. Yeah,
and it was simple.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot from them books.
You'll be fine, Inky. I mean, anyone that's new or watching, it is once you get and the thing is, it makes, and this is what I was saying last year, and you guys kind of got it now. It makes the Premiership far more interesting when you have fantasy football players. It makes it more exciting to watch because you can connect your players to watching team.
Everything you said, but the most important thing you said on that were the last sentence, the last section. Read that out, Russell.
Inky, just don't play chips. Ask us 5 first, but always go with your gut. Never trust Russell. 2 L's. Always trust Russell. Hey, I'll give you great advice. I just don't reveal my teams. But if you want advice, I'm happy to give it out all day. You won't get my team until after 11 o'clock. I mean, you got to think like things like deadline as well for people like the new people. They won't understand deadlines, will they?
No. And
you've got a certain amount of time to kind of. You've only got a certain amount of time to do it, but each week you'll have a deadline. God, do you imagine with Inky things like double game weeks and stuff? That's crazy.
And what I'll do, Inky, for you as well, mate, is I'll recommend some fantasy YouTube channels.
Yeah, because the other ones I recommend to you, you picked up a lot of knowledge from them, haven't you?
Yep, I have, and as you know, Inky, I don't do it to get out of. I do this for love of doing it. And I don't mind recommending people's channels. Right, I'm gonna right. Right, if anybody's got Twitter, that one. If anybody's got Twitter, that is Russell's Twitter thing. He's funny on Twitter. Lee says it. Russell's funny on Twitter, so that's his Twitter link. So if and you can get all the Russell directly on that. He's on Twitter all day when he's at work.
Yeah, I'm abusive on Twitter, especially about Leeds. They just wind me up. Especially with all the people going, "Oh, Lee Cooper, Aileen." I love seeing Dallas back. Yeah, great. I'm happy to see an aging Dallas with a broken leg who's going to save our season. grow up. There's a reason we're the championship, guys, because we can't let go of these old players. You don't see the progressive teams don't keep players like Dallas. I know you all love him and he's part of the championship team, but he's broken. Cheers, Inky. I'll follow you back.
Inky, what I'll do is when we finish this stream, I'll reply to one of your messages you've sent, and I'll put all links in so you got something to watch. Yeah, so that's Russell's. Just followed you, Russell. There you go.
Yeah, or you can also tell him about Fantasy Scout, FPL Andy.
Yeah, I'll get all them. I'll copy all links and include him in a message to him, so he just clicks on links. Right. Well, look, guys, it's nearly free. It's Russell. It's nearly 11 o'clock. You've got work tomorrow, I should imagine.
Yes, but we will be back tomorrow to go through to more look into goalkeepers. Yeah,
we've got a plan. We've actually got more of an idea of what we're doing regarding the channel. This segment of the channel going forward. It's like what Harmonie says there. So much more prepared this season. Just threw it all together last season. Really going to be fun. Really going to be a fun year.
I'm really looking forward to this season. So I really do think it's going to be a competitive league, and I expect a lot more once we start advertising it and pushing it harder. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be good. And like I say, get that code out on your screen. Let's get it out there. It's going to be good. 5 a.m. Screw that. You need to get to bed now, Harmonie. Jesus, that's early.
Yeah, I know. Bloody hell.
Jesus.
Right. Well, look, guys. Look, we better start wrapping this up, Russell. I think tonight. You've got work. Harmonie's got work.
Marnie's got to be up in about an hour.
We've given them a lot to
your mates here. Your watch along Leeds mates here.
Now then, Gary, how are you doing, mate? Are you all right? We're just coming up to the end of it, so if you want to watch it all back, mate, you can. But if we need you to join our league, Gary. You need to join our league, mate.
All 50 hours of this stream. If you want to watch 50 hours of fantasy football, watch the replay.
So that's our that's the thing. But again, Gary, watch it back and you'll see we've talked about how to join the league. We've gone through it as well. So you'll get listen. I mean, Gary used to play FPL.
Oh, good. So he'll be quite clued up on it then.
Yeah, but he stopped playing about 3 years ago, I think he said. No, you beautiful people. Yeah, Harmonie. Look, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Much appreciated. We knew it were going to be long. And we don't mind. I don't watch the clock, but I do watch the clock when it gets really late, like now when people have got work. See, I'm one of the lucky ones. You know what I mean? I say I'm lucky. I'm not lucky, but I am lucky if you see what I mean.
You have the luxury of time.
Yeah, well, too much time on me, and sometimes I won't like you. But yeah, then you beautiful people, and Russell.
2 L's.
2 L's. I'll join the league. I'm a pub on my 5th. Oh, you didn't pub on your 5th Stella. He's I don't know if you know.
Is it not last orders right now? Then you've got to be last orders.
His father runs Silston cricket club and stuff like that. So, and there's a clubhouse. And he's over. He lives in Indonesia, but he's over in UK on holiday.
Oh, so it's a lock-in.
So,
lock-in at the cricket club. 6.
Cheers, everyone. It's been educational. I can't believe you know something, Inky. Them words don't. I never thought using the word educational with stuff I do in one sentence. I never thought I'd see them days ever.
If it's educational, we need to put a load of these guys in the corner with a D hat on, don't we? You got to go outside and do lines. You've all been naughty.
Speaking about that, I remember it's funny is that because I watched a music video from 80s. Let's Hear It for the Boy. That was a video where...
Is that from Footloose?
Yeah.
Yeah. Weirdly, I like that film, Footloose. Yeah.
I think it's good.
I've never seen the original, but I like the remake, and I don't know why, because it's quite a camp.
No, the original's better. The original's 100 times better.
Kevin Bacon.
I'm not a Kevin Bacon fan, but the original one's 100 times better.
Yeah, I think it's maybe because the woman in the remake, she's how can I put it? Highly attractive. I was like,
do you know, love? Next time to join is on your 8th, Gary. Each Stella. I can't drink that Stella, it's awful. I'm sure I don't drink now anyway, but that Stella, no, I don't like that stuff. No, I'm not at the football club tonight. I'm in the local, it's band night.
Jesus, I tell you what,
Stu. Phone of the day.
Who's sorry?
Thailand Paul, 8-pack Paul from Thailand.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's in
spoke to him on phone yesterday.
Oh, okay.
He were in a pub in Thailand.
Oh, really? I'd like to see Thailand.
Yeah, first time I've ever spoke to him.
How crap must that band be if he's listening to us rather than that band? That band must be crap. I'd rather listen to these guys talking about fantasy football than listen to this band. They must be pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, look, guys, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Much appreciated. Much love to you all. You know what we appreciate you all. You know that.
Stu and me do. I'm not worried about you, though.
My dad just got 7 balled in a game of pool.
Do you have to streak around the pool table now, don't you? That's the rules. You have to strip and streak. Yeah. If you get 7 balls, you have to close off, streak, go around the pool table. That's the rules. Everyone knows that, Stu. You never been 7 balls.
I've never
you get
played
7
pool.
balls, so everyone can see your 2 balls.
I play snooker, but I don't play pool. Well, I used to play snooker when I could stand. You know what I mean? I used to be pretty good at it and all.
Yeah, but there is disabled snooker, isn't there? Our mate plays disabled pool. Really good at it, actually. I think he went to Blackpool recently.
Like, this is how good of a father I am, right? When we didn't want to go to school, I used to take him to a local pub and let him play pool.
Should be a good player then.
Didn't we? We used to go to Craven Effort a lot, Lee, me and you.
Yep.
You're not on about the swimming pool?
No, we're on about a pub. Definitely a pub.
Oh. Port scratches for dinner.
Yeah, so when he didn't want to go to school, I just used to, because he went to a special school. Now, Lee don't fancy coming in today. I'm going to take him to a pub to play pool.
How cool was your dad? Your dad used to encourage you to skive. Most parents don't encourage the kids to skive.
No,
you don't need to school.
Yeah.
You are going to school because I don't want you around the house. You're like, no, don't go to school so we can go to the pub.
No, well, that's what it, it's one didn't want us lingering around the house all day, so we went to the pub.
Yeah, coolest dad in the world.
To be fair, we were on orange juice.
And vodka. There's orange juice with a bit of vodka in it.
No, orange. No, God, if I could, no, they were already wild. They didn't need any excuse to be even wilder, believe me. You used to love playing pool, didn't we? Darts. We used to play darts at 2 in the morning in the dining room.
Yeah.
Maybe put me, guys. I bet all these guys will want to put me on a darts board and throw darts.
Well, you can get images put on dartboards now, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, actually, when I was in the club shop in Leeds, there was a Leeds United darts board there. Actually, I was looking at it again. I don't want to. Yeah. I was looking around the shop and I was like, I would buy all of this, but then you think, where am I going to put it? You know what I mean? It's like, I was really tempted. There was like a really old-fashioned ball, like a leather. It looked like the old ones from like the 20s, and I kept looking at it, going, "Oh God." If I was like a proper YouTuber, you know how a lot of them have like a little desk behind them and they put all their leads. It's like me putting. I mean, this would they put things like this on a shelf behind them. You know, something like this. You'd put it there, don't they? They just to show that the leads. I would think, what would I do with this football? It's £25. Would I actually do anything with it? It would look really nice behind me here, but what's the point? And I was really tempted to buy it. So I just got my hoodie, which I will wear when winter hits, and something for the back of my car, which I thought I decided to be practical rather than buying off. Sometimes you just buy just for this, not buy for the sake of it, but you buy impulse buy, and then you get home and go, why have I got this? It's not going to go anywhere in my house. So I didn't impulse buy. I bought practically, shall we say.
Very good.
But I really wanted that ball. It was a really nice ball. I was like, oh God, I really want that, but it's pointless. I like this little thing here, that little Lego thing just there, because it fits quite well on this desk. And it's just like a simple thing. But I do like that. But most people have things behind them when they're streaming, don't they? If you watch a lot of these lead streamers, they've usually got like a couple of shirts hanging up or something like that, or the little displays of leads things, don't they?
Yeah, shirts over back at doors, so when they finish streaming, they can put them back in wardrobe.
Yeah, there's usually that. But that football would have been really good, actually. I loved it. I was like, I really want to buy it, but I don't need it.
Oh, if I had room, Russell, I'd get rid of my green screen and I'd have a proper background. You know what I mean, with a framed shirt and stuff. I would.
I quite like mine because it's just that. But obviously, you guys can see things like all this lot here. But I quite like just that thing just there. Yeah, this isn't the club shop, Harmonie. I actually got Kelly to make it because she's really good at Lego and stuff, but she did all that.
So you bought it and you got your missus to make it. You didn't even bother making it. That's your point of building it.
No, because she likes putting all the IKEA stuff together. She's got a weird brain where she likes doing things like this. She sat there for hours doing it. Obviously, I didn't say anything because I thought, well, she can do all the work for me, so I just let her crack on.
I think I don't know if you can still get them, but they did them in 2 different sizes, didn't they?
Yeah, that wasn't the club shop. When I went there, it was there. This one was there. Yeah, they also had they also had an LS11, not LS. They also had a Leeds United Lego kind of sign you could have made as well, but I really like the ground one. But yeah, she did get to one bit and it was really hard. I think, the big stadium, the big bit. The bit she really struggled with was this bit here, I think. Here, trying to get it all to kind of line up. But yeah, it's nice actually. That's the only thing I've got here that's kind of, which you guys can't see, but it sits nicely just to the side of my desk, if you see what I'm saying. Well, I sit. It's just nice.
I know Lego, the official Lego do the Etihad, Real Madrid, Man United, Emirates, but they never did a Leeds United one. No,
that's not official, is it? That's not an official one. Yeah.
See, I love doing Lego with Lee, and if I always wanted to get one of the Lego stadiums, but I wasn't going to get a stadium. What I didn't, like support. I wanted to Leeds United.
Of course
one,
not.
But they never officially endorsed it.
And don't tread on it. You don't want to be treading on Lego. It hurts.
The last thing me and Lee built up was the Lamborghini.
No, that's a lie, Stu. Do you know the last thing you and Lee built up? Your channel.
I must admit, it's getting built. It is building up in it slowly.
Your YouTube channel is the last thing you guys built.
No, I don't care if it's 4 subscribers or 2, or you know what I mean. It doesn't interest me. It doesn't interest me. It really doesn't.
No, but you have built it all.
Never has.
So, like I said, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. The fantasy football has begun.
Yeah, right. Well, look, guys, hang on a minute. Hermione's just saying something. Stu will get the West Ham stadium to match his pajamas. If I keep telling her this, if I could find her pajamas, right, I'd buy them and send her a picture of me in.
I think Stu's the secret West Ham fan.
West Ham would be my London club. If I were in London, out of West Ham, Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, West Ham would be my club. It would
I
be.
think West Ham. I think West Ham are your number one club, not your London club.
I'll be really honest with you though.
You're a secret West Ham fan, Stu. We all know it.
You know, though, Russell, I've got more West Ham subscribers than I have Leeds, and that's unbelievable.
Your eyes lit up when we got onto the West Ham players. I was like, calm down, Stu. Oh yeah, these West Ham. West Ham. West Ham. Oh, this player. Sign him.
Because I watch West Ham fan channels and stuff. I know a bit about the players and who's been linked to moves away and stuff. So I feel like I'm in my element on that bit. It's something I can really talk about.
Well, no, yeah, your eyes lit up. But I want to win the fantasy football. I don't want West Ham players in it. I'll end up losing it if I got them in it.
Yeah. None of them are really FPL players, are they?
There's a few. Bowen's a good option, and maybe Antonio. West Ham, I'll touch on them briefly. It'll be interesting to see how they do next year. With the Europa League, the team they've got, it'd be interesting how they spend the Rice money. I mean, I can't wrap my head around how Rice is £100 million. I mean, he isn't £100 million.
Hermione thinks that he's 60 pence.
It's British tax if I've ever seen it. I mean, there is a little bit of envy of me because I wish Calvin Phillips went for 100 million. It is quite frustrating to see him go for that much. But fair play if they get the money for him. Fair play. It'd be interesting to see how they spend it. But West Ham next year.
The payment.
Yeah, but either way, it's guaranteed money, isn't it? So it will be interesting to see how West Ham get on. I mean, if Harvey Barnes is an option, he's a great. I mean, think about it. Harvey Barnes could be a good fantasy football option. Who knows? You see where he goes.
The last I heard from West Ham is they were interested in that Paulinho.
From Fulham. Yeah, but also the problem they've got is a lot of people know they've got that money now.
So, but they'll get taxed on the play what they want to buy. Of course they will. They will. They'll know that.
Well, let's say if West Ham came in for Nonto, if West Ham came in for Nonto, we go, well, we know you got 100 million. We don't have to sell.
We won't.
So let's whack a bit more money on top of this because we know they've got money to spend.
No, we know so, Russell. We'll say, I'll tell you what, you don't need to buy them. We'll loan you in for the season.
Yeah, I know. Don't get me started on Leeds alone, and it's driving me insane. Absolutely insane. I can't wrap my head around it. I mean, just sell the players. Fucking don't loan them. Sell them.
Look, Russell, I'm keeping you too long. It's 11:15.
Okay.
11:15. It's too long for you. You've got work tomorrow. Right, look, guys, thank you very much for watching this table team. Until next time, there's only one thing left to say. It's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me, and it's great to see the fantasy football up and running again.
Take care, everybody, and I will read that, Hermione. I will read that when I'm finished. I'll be routing Farker Brighton in the Premier League this season because Leeds fans hate him. No big deal having ace against Death for the Hammered Stew. At least you're honest about it. Thank you,